We're rolling. Episode something something 34 Mayhem on Mandril. It's been a month. Happy holidays and New Year to all of our zero
It's me,
viewers.
our loyal
Our
fans.
loyal fan, whoever you may be.
It's
Uh,
me.
they haven't been
It's me.
privated yet, so come watch the
Depends on the video.
content while they're not unlisted. It's logistics day. I
I got
have
plastic in
a
my eye.
to-do list. I have recently read everyone that is in the camp and figured out that
Uh-huh.
there's some people you guys should probably meet because they're notable or odd or just haven't been addressed before, which is unusual. So we're doing that. And then we have chores, and I'm going to try to catch everybody up on like what time/day it is. So we're picking up on, I'm going to write this here. My keyboard not working. We're picking up on Wednesday, July 28th, which I think I have to type manually. Yeah. And we'll say like 9 a.m. Just cuz. All right. Last night, Tuesday, is when the dream stuff happened. Oh, look, my funny AI thing is still going. Kill it. So the dreams happened on Tuesday night. That was with Vesper and Bloppletub with his little Moon Lord encounter. Out of session, John and I had one or two conversations as Malachi and Malik, which I don't even know if I really need to explain what happened, but there's been stuff going on there. So there's a bit of development on that front. Here's our to-do list that we can tackle in it's almost any order, but not really. The first order of business, there were NPC diplomatic missions that were sent out many moons ago. One of them is back. It's Genevieve Dalton and Archie and Percy and Kersey Jackson. I don't know when we got them back. I'm not going to try to look for it. But here's what my plan is if this is good with y'all. We're essentially going to say that they were retrieved first and that at some point in the past you had arranged contingencies and or meeting times and places to pick up everyone else. And tomorrow, Thursday the 29th, is the date where we are scheduled to pick up the rest of everybody. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Great. So, in terms of who we have that you guys can do things with, is going to be a little weird. Everyone is here, mostly. I think Nick is still isolated, which is on the to do list, but we'll get there. Is Vesper, Bloppletup, Malachi, who has been busy the past few days reading his book and has emerged a new inspiring leader after gaining that information. Many tasks were delegated to Malik and Vesper. Uh, Captain Ossian Thorn, which is Brandon's character. Why is my computer doing the stupid thing with the fans?
For fun. For sport.
It
Isn't that the
is.
Southern dude?
Well, you made him Southern. He was
You're
gonna be
welcome.
like Finnish, but you know. Okay.
Changed him.
For the better.
Yeah, it's like my MSI Afterburner profile is busted. I don't know why. Could I lock my fan speed, please? I gotta fix this because it will show up in the recording and it will drive me insane. Okay, you good now? You done?
No. I've always been good, father.
Okay. Anyway,
You get to choose what food eraser you want.
poor Brendan, awaiting on Sable to return, sucked into a time warp. So this is who we have. Is this all five? Is this everybody? I think it is. Am I right?
Huh?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
Jacob, you have McKay, but I think that's about it. So, this is what we have. So, what was I going to do? Here's one thing. We may want to restructure our roster here. So if I pull up the charts, the numbers here, you'll notice we have 12 units of 20-ish men and 9 private guards that are Malik's. I don't know if it's really necessary for him to have private guards anymore. They could be incorporated into the other troops because they're all extremely experienced. They're all master sergeants. So if we sort by our ranks here, what even is it? I think it's just it's not category. Where's their rank? It's
Occupation.
occupation. That's what it is. Corporal, cabinet, blah 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 blah. Master sergeants. Like half of these guys. Yeah, Malik's private guard. These guys could get reassigned. All of them are from Kuningriek. They're like his elite Kuningriek crew that he got to kind of sort of defect, but not really. It's complicated.
We've got an assassin.
Reabsorbed. Do you have an assassin? Luke
Yeah.
Cassio, the greatest warrior in jail, captured. But yes, he is an assassin. Thanks for rubbing it in. Gosh. Anyway,
You guys aren't ready for the next
back to
Lucasio
these
check-in.
logistics. This is realistically a conversation Vesper, Malik, and possibly Malachi would happen, but it could have been one of the days when Malachi was, reading or such. Avis could be dissolved. The goal was originally to have equal divisions of 24 men. Okay, good. Now Lapis does have 23 people. What was the problem before where Lapis was like showing up as nothing? It was super weird. Yeah, one of these.
Does that chart not
broken.
cover the whole thing?
I wonder if it doesn't. Let's find out. Come on, open set. Oh, it's freezing. Okay, all right. We're getting. All right, pie chart G1 to 334. Yeah, I think it goes.
Just change it to G:(G).
That's so true, King. G:(G). Count of unit. Okay, that's better. All right, so it's not as bad as I thought. So if you dissolve Avis, you'll have 8 after you put into him, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. The other guys are kind of miscellaneous. But you can basically round out your unit back to 24. Because if you remember, some guys died and went missing to displacer beasts during the route over. That was a fun thing that happened. So if that's something you want to do, we can do that. What do you think, Vesper?
Oh, geez, it's me.
I mean, mostly.
Yeah. I guess we could spread them out a little bit.
Okay. I think it's just easiest when you have a full combat unit. That way, no one feels like they're lacking or anything. So, in which case, let's do that first. Unit, Avis. All right, Nero.
Suck my unit.
Where do you want to transfer Nero Pulcher to?
I get it. Hold on, let me get all this crap off my desk.
Put him in Leo.
Oh, all right.
All right. Lapis is lacking. We could just kind of go in order here. You want to put Alias, Seraven, and Lapis.
What do they want to do?
Let's do this. I don't think they care. They're very loyal men. They will follow orders. And then at this point,
champions.
Knock them off of the private guard. We just want to round everything out to 24. What's the other one? It's at 24.
Gizar, hated by his colleagues.
Puma.
That sounds
He's we don't need to talk about him. He's very good at training the men.
Mm-hmm.
Malik he has an okay relationship with him. He's kind of reclusive. I don't think anyone has like interacted with him ever. Oh, Felis is super light. So we'll just put these guys here. Felis. All right, now let's see. 24. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, perfect. So that does it. Now you have, you can leave 2 guys in the private guard, Saturnalius and Africanus. They can stay.
Sure.
So, yeah, sure. At which point,
that sounds.
I'm just going to rename Avis to private guard. Because Avis is officially no longer a unit. And Gizar, I'm just going to ununit him. Sorting by our officers here. Entertainment, we got bards, we have our leaders. Where's our officers? Yeah, Gizar doesn't have a unit now, which I mean, I guess he can manage the men. He'll still be a security consultant, so I'll just make him head of the private guard still. He may whine about it, but it's fine. Okay.
I'll send him to the gulag.
You kind of could.
For insubordination.
There's a few things like that where it gets weird. I think everybody else is pretty good. The only thing is because some people in these units are off on missions, if we sort, they're still kind of short. These guys aren't really being used in that sense. Grudger 2 is dead, so I actually need to kill him because he's officially dead. We'll categorize this here. Where is he? Yeah, we can just delete this guy. Dead. And I want to go back to used here. Luke Cassio's captured, but he was never assigned to a unit, so it doesn't mess things up. The dwarves are all fine. The officers are fine. Light McKay is a captain now. He's back, and he doesn't have a unit to command per se. We could just leave him on like retainer for special teams type thing.
Fair enough.
Tommy Oliver. This is one of the guys that is out on a mission. Archie and Genevieve are back. He's not done anything, and we're just gonna like basically pretend he doesn't exist. Captured Zephyr. A ton of the people on Winifred have become sort of special teams. Cranch should be back because she brought back what's his name? FS is good. Detroit technically isn't even assigned anymore. Zephyr technically isn't assigned. So it's really, neither is Parts even really. So it's really just Rainy missing. Anatoly was another diplomatic mission. If we look at our thing here, what is it? NPC quests. Tommy Oliver with the Masaki brothers. These are already back. Anatoly is going to House Rashawn. And then Dent, we discussed earlier before some people got here. They separated from Light McKay and are still on their way north. So we won't be picking up them on the 29th. But you should get back the other two diplomatic parties.
Cool.
Yeah. Valaire is captured. I don't know who Callie Chiron is. Hey, look, it's Smart Fella. Geraldo Wise. Oh, he's on a mission. These people are all on missions. Kane was on a mission. I don't know if he's being used or not. Some of these I think are a little outdated. Okay. Watch. Okay, that makes sense. We know where Eddie is. We know where Siobhan is. We know where Crane is. Those are easy. Yeah, okay. I think that's most people accounted for in terms of reshuffling logistics. It's just a little weird because even though the units have 24, some of them are not present in the camp. That was the only thing I'm noting. Okay. So, the next order of business is pretty much probably going to pick up with Malachi and the others inspecting the camp.
Did we get the rifles yet?
You do have the rifles.
How many did we get?
I don't know. I think I wrote it down somewhere. Maybe not. But I definitely remember giving you guys rifles. I'm not the only one, right? Can someone else back me up on that?
I have no recollection of it.
Never heard of rifles ever in my life.
Great. Nick, do you remember?
Nope.
All right. Brendan?
What?
Okay.
The only thing with rifles was the North. Oh, jeez. There was some question of like if Corsair had them, and then some of them got somewhere, but I don't remember anything beyond that.
So you guys met with Keels, and before you went back, he equipped you with a few boxes of rifles with Ossian Thorn, I think.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember that.
Doesn't ring any bells?
That
Nope.
sounds about right, sure.
Okay. I'm pretty
I
sure
think this guy has ulterior motives.
89% sure it happened. He does have ulterior motives. I was just hoping somebody could back me up.
If the DM is saying you get boxes full of rifles, who am I to argue with that?
Yeah. In which case, is that what you want to do today?
I
Yes.
guess so, yeah.
Verb.
I know what I want to do today. Great. All right, well then you can get Thorn, and then you and Brendan and Gregor can deal with that. And I'm just gonna set you up. And you guys should probably go far away if you're testing rifles. I'm just gonna put you north somewhere. At some point, I'm probably gonna redraw like a closer to scale version of this map because there's too many things going on here now. Okay. Bloppletup, what are you doing these days?
Who knows?
What are you doing? Because it is officially Wednesday morning is where we're picking up, which is after you had the dream with the Moon Lord.
Mm,
So what are you doing? How are you feeling?
who knows?
Okay. Are you communicating anything to anyone?
No.
Okay. Great. You're just chilling. Do you have like a routine? Or do you just like float around as the wind carries you?
I think float's a good word.
Okay. Well, roll a direction to float it. Roll a d4. I'm picking a cardinal direction.
I don't need to be on hold.
Mm-hmm.
You can always just choose if you like.
You can also choose
No.
the direction. You have to float.
Oh, I roll 2. 8.
An 8? What does that mean? How do you roll an 8 on a d4?
All right, I got a 4.
Okay. So that's east. I'm having you walk east. Is anyone with you?
There's nothing over there.
There's nothing over there. You're exploring. You get to the edge of the farm, contemplating on your daily float walk where you just float around camp.
Everybody's looking at you,
Way
saying, "What
past-
is that guy doing?"
Way past the edge of camp, and you're up on a border where you see the cliff drop off and go to a steep downhill and emptying out into a cold, desolate valley with a fairly strong wind. And it is in fact blowing east, so you have been carried by the wind on this journey. Roll perception. Ugh.
You spot a shiny penny upon the ground.
10.
Ain't nothing out there, John. It's a wasteland. You've floated around lots of areas, but this is just desolate grassland. Nothing but cold whistling wind and pale grass that looks like it's diseased. So,
There's the Dollar General.
so that's what you did today. So great. Detroit. What would Detroit be doing? Does he
Probably
still-
making arrows.
Does he mingle with the other members of Troop Winifred?
Sure.
Sure. So half-hearted.
I mean, it's like kind of like a thing where it's like, he's supposed to. If he's a scout, he'll be like more independent,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like you get bored, so
Okay.
might as well like
Okay, got it.
see what everyone else is up to.
All right. I'm gonna say you catch wind, and you start catching up with some of the old members of your crew, Percy and Kersey, the goofballs, the annoying Archie, and Genevieve Dalton. And of course, they were on their own mission, and this is the first time you've gotten to talk to them. And they start to describe to you how their journey was and what fortuitous luck they stumbled upon. Essentially, they walked into Zara territory in their uniforms, which was somewhat easy. They did have to answer a series of questions about all of the nonsense with of course, the withdrawal of your captain and that disgraceful exit of his troop revolt. But they quickly pivoted to their new allegiance. I think they just had basically a speaking routine. I mean, Percy and Kersey just kind of stood there. Genevieve and Archie kind of get an argument about who did the better job of convincing Golemov Zara. But ultimately, she was just supportive of the cause regardless. And so essentially, House Zara is on your side, not necessarily openly, but they're willing to work with you and are not going to pursue the members of your troop or court-martial you, and that includes you. So you're not in any immediate danger, particularly because you're outside of the immediate jurisdiction of Lucine proper. So you've essentially been pardoned from House Sauron. Officially.
Cool.
All right. Any thoughts, comments, concerns?
No.
Okay. Great. I'll save Malachi for last because that's probably going to be the funny walking tour of Malachi and Malik. In which case, the Rifle Boys, Vesper. Who? How do you want to do this, buddy?
Well, how many rifles did we get?
I'm gonna say you got a healthy 12 rifles,
Ooh,
so a sizable amount.
sounds about right.
Now, I believe I have the stat blocks for these. If you have questions on that, let me pull that up and make sure. Or actually, I think I have a rifleman's stat block rather than the.
You sent it to me.
Are any of our units particularly like ranged focused?
No, that really hasn't been set up. I think, although it could be, actually, that hasn't been ironed out. And it's something that I imagine would be possible. So if we
I imagine some of them gotta have some proficiency of like
yeah,
bows.
it's probably true. We can retroactively say that because I hadn't thought about
Yeah,
it
I
until you
mean-
bring it up.
Is it just like a, just they're all just quote unquote soldiers, or is there like we have a cavalry unit or a infantry unit?
Cavalry, this guy's
Like-
funny. We don't got a.
You know what? I don't know. Like
No,
I know cavalry and
100%.
infantry. I don't know anything else. Leave
Yeah,
me alone.
I got you. You're on the money. I had literally not thought about it until now. Yes, you should have that. So in that case, let's think about breaking up some of these units further. In terms of equipment, that's another thing I gotta put another thing on the to-do list. Manufacturing equipment. One sec. Manufacturing. That's something John brought up. Equipment, like magic items,
that's
but also just make.
Kind of why I put like blacksmith and stuff on there, not just for
Oh yeah.
maintaining, but also creating.
We're gonna get there today. Okay. Let's deal with this first. In terms of unit breakdowns, I don't think the biggest problem Malik has fought with is not really having an abundance of resources. So some people, like, I imagine they've been able to craft some swords and make some equipment, but most of what they've been making has been spears because they're cheap and easy to produce. You have a Wainwright. I don't remember his name, but he is somewhere, probably in the maintenance category. If I sort by category, I can find him.
His name's Wayne, right?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, sorry.
I despise you.
Okay.
His name is Damien Valdez.
Whoa.
He was originally from Tarshiv. I don't know how the heck he stumbled into here. That's a story for another time. He's a Wainwright by trade, but he knows carpentry. So I imagine between him and Fane, who is specifically like a spear thrower, a lot of the peasantry have been equipped with that. Reason being, Gryogar, the dwarf, your main blacksmith, and Gerald Grafton, who is of note, and Malachi would know that if there was a registry of his name, he's probably picked up on it before.
Who?
They can make spearheads. So that is probably what a lot of the peasant force / soldiers have been equipped with. It works well too because anyone who's in the Lucine military hierarchy, like people from the noble houses, their primary military is built on spears. So it's not too hard of a transition for them. The Kuningri guys are more swords and close quarters combat. So little different fighting style. And then I do imagine that there would have to be some serious fletching going on and probably attempts to raise peasant bowman forces. So maybe what we should do is iron that out, because after that we can figure out who we want to transition into potentially different breakdowns here. I'm going to sort by unit and see what we have. All right, so here's a good example. You have a unit, Canis. Canis is led by Anthony Bertoli, who actually hasn't returned yet. So someone has probably been filling in the interim, because I believe I think he's on the mission to House Roshan, if I'm correct. Him and a few other guys that are actually outside of his unit. They would probably be. They only have a few peasants. They have a lot of guys from Grafton Post. So that could be a spear unit. Falco is mixed. Probably still a spear unit. Falco is guys from House Taylor and a peasant force. I'm gonna see if I can I want to write this down somewhere because I want to be able to categorize the unit types, but I just don't know where. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move the unit graph up and I'm just gonna start labeling the units. So Canis will be a spear force. Falco will be spears. Felays. Okay, here's actually a good option. Felays would be a good one to make peasant bowmen. It's almost all peasants. So, although not everyone is obviously equipped to hold a bow and use a bow. You can use crossbows, but what do you think?
Human sacrifices. The lot of them.
Which one did you say?
Felays.
Yeah, we can just start grafting arms on people.
I'll mark them as bowmen for now.
Okay.
Fumo is a mixture. Oh, you got some qualified guys in here. That's probably a spear unit with some specialty guys. Oh,
Yeah.
the guards that I just added, the master sergeants. 2 of them, I think, or at least the one, is from Königgreek.
Uma might not be a bad option just because they're all proper soldiers.
You could make them a more specialty unit. Yeah, most of these guys are actually trained military. So
Yeah.
this is a fairly effective unit. I'm just gonna say that they're mixed melee.
Okay.
I'm gonna move this down, and I'm also gonna categorize these by a skill level. So we have unit, type, and skill level. Peasant force. Phalanx, I think, is peasant force. Fumo is pretty much soldiers, so that's a strong unit for combat.
Genesis is all peasants.
Yeah, that's either a peasant bone. You have some corporals though. So the way I've done the rankings is basically privates are you don't really show any promise. You're here and participating and we haven't kicked you out. Corporals are okay, this is someone who knows how to do things. Sergeant is an effective soldier and Master Sergeant is excellent. So that's pretty much it. It's a very simplified ranking, but it's just all the non-commissioned roles are a way of identifying skill. So yeah, that could be a spear. That could be either, whichever one you want, honestly. What do you think? Ranged or spear unit?
The peasant force?
Yeah, Genesis.
Probably spears.
Okay.
Just I mean,
It's easier to be good with a spear than a bow or rifle.
Yeah.
Way easier to train spears than bows. What's probably been happening realistically is if you have fletchers and people making bows, which is already an extremely difficult process, you're gonna have to assemble an extremely small, good team of bowmen, and it's gonna be super selective. So at some point, for example, we might be able to go through and get a real force. Okay, we already did Fuma, we did Genesis. Gladius. Okay, Gladius is What's Gladius and Imperator are 2 special units because they're both highly trained. So I would not make them spear. Both are going to be primarily melee combat. One is pretty much Coruscare soldiers, and the other is pretty much Königgreek soldiers that up and joined the revolution. So
would Coruscare or Kuningrick train their men in a specific way where they might lean one way or another?
Kuningriek, Kuningriek specializes in close quarters combat and defensive formations. So they basically have the equivalent of a phalanx formation, which they use. They have spear variants. They use some tower shields, small short swords. They're experts in melee combat. They're not as good ranged wise. Coruscare is a little weaker from a military training and protocol standpoint because they're not super standardized. They're almost more of a militia, but the top performers are good. Their skill sets are just kind of all over the place. So Imperator is Imperator is basically CQC, and or like melee formations. I'll just say mixed melee. Gladius is kind of all over the place. I don't know what we would do with them. Kind of just let them do whatever. I'll just leave a question mark there. You definitely are gonna. This is what we're gonna want to do. We're gonna want to specify how to get specific bowman things, and then reshuffle people as they demonstrate skill with it. Oh look, Dent. He also had to leave, so Lapis has probably been maintained by someone else in his stead. Lapis is mostly peasants. Good candidate for spears or peasant bowman. It would be good to get a bowman. I would say just mark Lapis as bowman, and then as people demonstrate skill or lack of skill in that, basically what you'll want to do is any peasant unit, you train all of them to use bows, and the ones that show promise, you transfer to the bow units and everybody else's spears.
Good plan.
So we'll go with that. This is probably realistically Malik talking about you and Malik dealing with this.
So are we just going to, for logistics purposes, are we just going to say that we've already sorted that out, or is that something that we're going to have to, that's going to take some time?
I'll do it later. I mean, I may or may not actually adjust the names. A lot of these guys are unnamed, so I might just have it like, oh, we shuffled them, this or that. But that's like.
I was just going to say it might be easier just to say, this is our bowman unit, and everyone that's in there already has already proven themselves to be a good bowman.
Yeah, that's probably easier since some of these characters are just unnamed nothings at this point. What do we have left? Leo is Zara and Peasant. Lux and Piscus. Oh, and Winifred's weird. Leo, Lux, Piscus, and Winifred. Leo, Lux, Piscus, Winifred. I would leave Winifred as like they're your spec ops.
Yeah.
Like anyone that's weird or that you want to set aside for stuff, you should put in Winifred. Can you actually? I might just sort by Z to A because then I can get Winifred up here. Yeah, I can see Piscus. Okay, Piscus is House Roshan. That makes sense. This could be another spear unit, and so it's pretty simple. This is mixed skills. Some peasants, some soldiers. Where is Lux? Oh, Lux is Lucine proper in Kunigreek. Okay, so those are melee specialists again. Mixed melee soldier. That's a high skill unit. Leo is Zara. Oh, Nero is now a guy there. Zara and some peasant troops. So that could be a bowman unit. You could make Leo a bowman unit as well. It depends on what you want your composition to be or how much could be achieved. This is where we'll probably do some training rolls. So right now, I'm just gonna mark them as a spear mixed. Actually, I'm just gonna write like low, 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 high, low, expert, low, medium. Oh, really? It's probably like high. Piscus is medium, and Winifred is really medium, but it's just your special teams. Okay, Gladius, I'm just gonna mark as mixed melee again. Okay. So here's what I was going to propose. Right now you have basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically 6 peasant teams that I'm just going to for now mark all as bowman units, or all as spear units. So 6 of your divisions are primarily peasants. How many of them would you want to use bows? 3, 3, 2, 4, 4, 2?
Wait, can you say that again?
So like right now, let's just assume we have 6 spear units.
Right.
If we bring in all of our mixed melee guys, which are pretty much Kunin Greek and Koroskare, they're pretty high skill, but you don't necessarily want them in the front lines, as gross as it is to say. You want the peasants to be the first to just clear a wave.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, it sucks, but that's the reality. Or alternatively, you could go with the strategy of, you can put your most skilled warriors at the front, and then heavily rely on your back line. So the question is, of the 6 units you have wiggle room with, how many do you want to be ranged versus melee?
I don't know. What's like the what would be the historically accurate way that they do that?
I have news. That doesn't matter because there's magic. So that ruins everything. But it kind of depends. It depends on the era and the strategy that you're going for. So, yeah.
Okay.
I think generally, Nick would probably know more about this, like real life Nick. I think generally it's more common that you have a high quantity of frontline units, a smaller quantity of range units that you try to keep more
Yeah.
survivable, and set up in key positions. And then if and when you have cavalry, that's like a specialty thing for routing and flanking, or potentially demolishing a line of not spearmen, like killing.
I guess it
killing
kind of
bowmen.
depends on the situation we're in. I would say that we probably want more ranged than melee.
I would
Just
tend
going.
to agree with you. I think the big thing strategically that Malik would tell you is Xerxes has built a lot of his army around magic items that cast
Mhm.
very specific spells that he's encountered over and over and over again, most of which deal fire damage. And they're brutal and they're fairly long range, but they're not as long range as a longbow. If you have men set up on a point of high ground and they have longbows, they can fire 300, 400 feet out. And it doesn't matter that they're that accurate because you get a volley. So when your volley goes out, you can engage Xerxes outside of his ability to engage in combat at a range. At
Yeah,
which point,
spells are
yeah,
like notoriously pretty short range.
even something like Fireball, which Malik will also tell you is like even when they're
Eh,
running around, Fireball has a range of 150 feet. So it's not easy to shoot. For example, if there's a specific wizard on the battlefield, like a battle mage, you're not necessarily going to be able to just magically kill him with a volley from 300 feet away. But the point is, you can start volleys that are 300 feet away, destroy the main line as much as you can, continue operating on a back foot, and then slowly whittle them down through attrition to the point where the mage is going to be one of the last people standing, is going to be overexposed. And if he moves in
Yeah,
too close, he'll be shredded by the archers. Like, so
yeah.
this
So I think,
really is going to be a
and
war won by range.
also this isn't a world where every person is roughly equal.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we have like third level people, they're gonna have triple the health of the first level peasants,
Yeah.
or more. So I think we do a lot of ranged, and then because I think in a lot of situations we are going to be the front line
Yeah.
because we have like multitudes more durability than any of these people.
Well,
Yeah, it's tough. That one's tough because what you almost want to do is, this is what Malik would tell you, is you want to engage in a way where you're not unveiling your entire hand at the start. So you want your people who are highly effective ready, but not
Mhm.
thrown in at the very beginning of the encounter to just die. Like you need someone
Yeah.
to spill first blood, and then you need to be able to jump on that action to be able to quickly turn it around. Um, Part of that, even without the specialty people or high level casters, is just getting archers in good positions. Because again, the reality of like Mizorim could have just been killed by a volley of arrows. Like,
Mhm.
and he'll tell you this. Kunigreek's military strategy has always been like outthinking whatever forces are against them. They have no magic users. Even before the purge, they had no magic users. They're a warrior culture. Everything they build is built on countering the military dominance that like Xerxes and these other little warrior nations think they have. Like, and their strategies shift based on whether they're fighting little tribes of bugbears or, in this case, battle mages. Um,
Yeah. So
yeah, go ahead.
I think we uh have straight up 4 or 5.
Like as many as possible, basically.
Yeah,
All right.
because we have these mixed melee guys.
Yes.
So if we have 5 ranged units, then we have 5 ranged units, 5 mixed melee, and then we have our spec ops.
Yeah. And some of your mixed melee guys, basically all your mixed melee guys are your high skill people because they're your Kunig Greek and Coruscare soldiers. So they're
Yeah.
expensive if they die for the most part. I mean, I think
Oh.
Fumo, even within a unit, you still have a mixture in some of them. But yeah, I think it's good to have at least one dedicated spear unit because keep in mind, it's only 24 guys. So
Yeah.
I would recommend as Malik 1 or 2 spear units. 2 is good to me because it's 48. I think having 4 sets of 24 bowmen would be deadly if you can get really good trained bowmen. Um, in which
Right.
case, that's what you need to roll for. And now comes the question: what am I going to make you roll for this to happen?
We don't have like a bow trainer, do we? I mean, I guess I
don't
could be.
think you do. I'm looking at what you have. Well, actually, Raven is extremely good with a bow. Raven Delanere. She's 213 years old. She's used a bow for 200 of those years, if not more. So she's someone you would want on this training. I don't know if there's really anyone else that's longbow specialty. Most of I mean, Kunigreek has used hand crossbows and short bows, but not longbows. And what you specifically need, Malik will tell you, you specifically need longbowmen. So, and that's
Right.
something he's whined to Kunigreek
Yeah.
about for a while.
I have like the sharpshooter feat, so
Yeah.
I do have. I am pretty
Well, then
good.
you're pretty good with bows. Do you use a crossbow normally, or do you use a bow?
I use a crossbow normally, yeah.
Okay.
Just because sneak attack
Yeah.
stuff. I think
Yeah.
I think it works better with it.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't remember actually.
I think your best bet is pretty much going to be getting Raven on it. I mean, I don't think there's anyone better for the job than Raven. Like I'm looking. Saul and Beta are melee specialists.
So I guess my question is, could they not both teach? So therefore he rolls with maybe
I'm
roll with,
getting there. I'm just looking to see if you have
or
other options.
no. The only reason I'm asking is, does this mean that you will have to calculate like how much time he's taking if he is helping
Possibly, not
into
necessarily.
consideration? That's what I meant.
I could. I'm thinking about it. I think it would be safe to say it would just become a part of his normal routine.
Because he's already got a lot on his plate in a day.
He does. That's why I think delegating it to Raven makes the most sense. And if he checks in every now and again,
Mhm.
Yeah.
what I want to do is
I
I
guess
want to pull up
I
your
could use a
character sheet.
longbow. That might be
You
crazy.
could use a longbow. They could get you one.
Well,
Ooh.
I think I kind of want to transition to using a
Are you
rifle.
looking
I
for
don't know how much ammo we have.
anyone who has proficiency with it? Like, is that enough?
I mean, that's kind of the
Be
goal.
an instructor?
Yeah.
Okay. Because if
Julia,
that's all it
Julia
takes,
wasn't bad
but
with
with
a bow.
proficiency to like train for a bit.
I didn't hear that last part. What'd you say?
If that's all it takes, and we just need to find a few people with proficiency in it
Yeah,
who might be
that's probably do it.
engaged.
I'm just gonna like mark some off. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull up like a random number generator. And then we'll assemble a teaching squad.
And then, so the real purpose of me asking if we had a ranged unit is because I want to take the.
Oh, I know. Take some of the bone. What you would do is take half
take the
of a
12
unit of the
best
bone. Bingo.
and
Although that could be
make them
different because
riflemen.
some of those skills might be non-transferable. Okay. Here's your guy.
Well,
Zaniel Choi, Master Longbowman.
all right.
He is a Master Surgeon in House Roshan. He's a soldier in the unit Piscus, which I don't know if Piscus is one of your bow units or not.
With
Piscus is
ice?
a spear unit. All right, here's what you're going to do. Piscus now becomes a bowman unit, and your boy just got promoted.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
let's pull up Zaniel. He was
But
a
now you got to
Master
give it an
Surgeon.
age.
We're making him a captain. I mean, kind of. Gets a little bit weird. Officer. Congratulations, Zaniel Choi. Now leader of Piscus. Raven would kind of have to transition from being Malachi's guard, but that's not really too hard. She's in unit Lux. She would probably need to be transferred.
I mean, she can leave with Malachi whenever he leaves. Just,
Yeah,
I mean,
she can.
it can serve multiple purposes.
She doesn't have to be in. She doesn't have to be in a unit that she's training, but it's better if she is. Because the problem is, and this is what Malik will say too, is if someone is training soldiers, they need to have the rank to do that. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna prop Raven up to do this training, she should be a captain and she should start leading a unit.
I guess so.
I would do.
I feel like in real life, not every, like they probably have civilians doing training.
Oh yeah, but
Well,
this is a little.
Well, I was thinking that, but also like, aren't there like, um, you know, people in who are just like really good who they do use to like teach for a while?
Yes, but the person who's going to be able to identify those people and prop them up is going to be Raven, who at that point that becomes a part of her responsibility. Like that's what it means. Is she's the best one. She knows how to find people who are good at it and find people who can teach it, and then starts getting people to delegate.
Do we have crossbows?
Not many. Probably like less than 50. And of varying sizes. Some of the Kuning Greek guys use hand crossbows, but it's
Are we
like
specifically looking for
That's
crossbow
that's
people?
more transferable to a rifle than a longbow is.
I was also going to bring that up. In which case, you literally might want to take some of the Kuning Greek guys. Because it's not explicitly in their skill set, but they're already extremely well trained and have an eye for technical detail.
Yeah. I mean, we could just give the rifles to our Spec Ops crew and call it a day.
You could also do that. Just give it to Winifred or whatever. But
yeah, I do want to figure it out.
What do you want to do with Raven first? Can I elevate her to captain and put her in charge of like Lapis or something?
Sure.
All right.
No problem with that.
Let me figure that out then. Lapis from sergeant to captain, transferring to officer of Lapis. All right, now I'm gonna go by the units again because now I might have to demote some people. Okay, Imperator, Lapis. Okay, okay. Well, Dent was in charge of Lapis, and he's already out, so that's fine. So Raven will pick it up in his stead. That makes that easy. Lux. That was the other one. Piscus, Zeniel Choi. Piscus is currently being run by Thaddeus Gilmore. who I'm going to. Okay, this now becomes a personal thing. If Zaniel's going to be heading up Piscus in the restructure, we got to figure out something to do with Thaddeus because he was their captain beforehand.
Wasn't he the one who gave attitude and almost left?
I don't. I think that might have been Cassius Finch. I thought
I can't remember.
he was one of the colonels. I feel like you've had interactions with Thaddeus. I don't remember
Yeah.
what they were, and I
I
don't
can't remember
think
who it was that I forced to. There was some.
that might have been Cassius Finch. I feel like that was definitely Cassius Finch. Because he's the guy that gives attitude, but is pretty smart. He's a colonel. He's one of Malik's trusted guys. Yeah, Thaddeus, I don't know. Oh, let me see if there's another unit that has a captain that is. Yeah, where's Anatoly Anthony Bertoli? Yeah, he's Canis, and he's assigned. So I'm gonna transfer Thaddeus Gilmore to Canis.
Thaddeus
So
Gilmore.
He'll still be captain, or he'll still be an officer. He's not getting demoted, but he will now just be a captain of Canis. All right, officer, captain. Yeah, officer, captain. Okay. All right, cool. That works out mostly. Okay, I think that handles most of our composition. What we wanted to do now, next was assigning the rifles, right?
Yeah.
Is there something else that I'm missing? I'm thinking. I think it's just rifles.
I guess everyone that shows proficiency, we train and test them on crossbows, and then the best of those we train with the rifles and see how it works out.
Okay. You're talking heavy crossbows, I presume, right? That's probably the closest comparison.
Heavy or light, yeah.
Okay.
They're both two-handed weapons, just not hand crossbows
Yeah.
if we can avoid it.
That is some of the Kuning Group guys. So are you thinking of doing like a this is where we're venturing out of stuff that was probably already done to stuff that's going to happen now. Are you
Yeah.
thinking of basically doing an audit of the camp and testing people on crossbows and marking people who are proficient to test out the rifles, regardless of where they come from?
I guess so. Yeah, I was thinking we get the large group that we're going to be training with bows,
Okay.
and of that group,
We test
those
them
that show particularly like proficiency and ability to learn, we take that group and we test them with crossbows.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
of that group, we take the best, like, I don't know, 24, and then we test them with the rifles and pare it down to who's the best.
Okay, that makes sense.
If we have the ammo to support it, I don't know how much ammo we have.
That's where it gets difficult. I don't imagine
Yeah.
you have an immense amount to train with. So let me figure it out. I said I gave you 12 rifles.
Mm-hmm.
Each one probably only has like 300 rounds of ammunition with it. So let me write that down somewhere. Restructure military trained men on rifles. I'm gonna write down we have 300 times 12 ammunition, which will level out to I don't know what. 3,600. Okay. I mean, ideally, you have enough to train with. The problem is you definitely don't want anyone. And I mean, this is kind of where Brendan will come in, because now
Allahu
he wants
Akbar.
to do that. Oh, what? Okay.
You
Alright.
said my name.
Yeah, sure. Because we're talking about rifles now.
Yeah.
So that's where you'll probably come in. First, let's roll. What am I gonna make Vesper roll? I'm sure there's no like. I don't know if it would be charisma, intelligence.
It's not charisma.
wisdom. 6 charisma. What happened? You've always had 6 charisma?
It's
I've always
probably
had 6 charisma.
That's insane. Nobody likes the bird.
That's the point of his character. He's
I know.
off-putting and weird and
I
can't
know.
talk to people.
Yeah. Okay. So then
Yes, sir.
I think I'm actually just gonna make Raven roll.
Just like real life.
I will give her advantage. Okay, she rolled a 19 plus whatever her modifier would be. For this, I'm actually gonna say it's gonna be. It'd probably just be Dex, and then either Charisma or Intelligence. Either way, she rolled over a 20. So we're gonna say you're well on your way to having 2 competent units of bowmen, and you may be able to acquire a third. She's leading her unit, probably also helping with the instruction of Piscus. Probably you'll probably want to make Fellas or Canis a bow unit if you want to shoot for that.
Yeah, I wanted to make the medium skill ones bowmen,
Oh, Leo?
like
Okay, yeah,
Piscus
that
and
works.
Leo, and then start picking from the low skill ones.
Okay. All right, let's try it. I'm going to say that you're on your way to successfully having 3 units of bowmen. It'll just take some time while they train over the next week or so.
We have the other rifle that we got off
Do have the other
Todd.
rifle, and that one is different.
Yeah, is the ammo interchangeable?
Nope.
Okay.
They're completely different architectures.
Cool.
That would be interesting. I don't know if I even have the stat block for that old rifle anymore. That may have
Couldn't tell ya.
been buried with time, with the sands of time. Because I think I had the rifleman stat block, which is what I was using, but I overwrote the old rifleman stat block because I was modifying it to make more sense with what I was imagining it to be.
You probably sent an image of it to John at some point when he was controlling Todd,
Maybe.
right?
Maybe.
Uh,
Who
Or not
knows?
Todd, rather.
Ghost.
How would you
Ghost
find that?
not Todd. I have no idea.
we all DM each other too much.
I know.
Me
Almost
DM
like-
for
It's almost like we're friends or something.
I don't know. What you sent me, my friendship might be over after that.
That one's pretty.
Search for
that
Todd.
one's pretty bad.
No
Every time I
results.
open it up, it scares me.
Well, I mean, I scrolled up once in our DMs, and I'm already back in, October of 23.
Yeah.
All right, scrolling. In November.
9 American dollars.
Oh, we can hold on.
I'm gonna put like a timeline on this. I'm gonna write this down. Overall, this is going very well, by the way. I think this is a lot of the logistics stuff that we've been missing.
What an exciting session to come back to.
Listen, I like this stuff. I don't know who else does. I think you and John do. J.O.
I'm having a lot of input here. Is everyone else doing all right?
I'm chilling, dude.
Yeah. Anyone else can chime in. I'm just delegating it to Vesper because he's the guy. And Malachi is the next most qualified. But Malachi has been busy reading his book. So.
I think we said that took like 3 days.
I can't add
Yeah,
anything.
this is kind of stuff
In
that's been
character.
happening over that period. But yes. You're still free to input.
I found the part of our DMs where I sent Trevor a bunch of high-res pictures of a dead cicada.
He did do that. He did do that.
I believe you.
All right. Let's see if we want to pick a. So basically, from Lapis, Leo, and Piscus, we want to find bowmen, right? Or people to become riflemen.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing like a tournament sort of system here where it's like, you got a really big group of people on the bottom, and then it's a pyramid going
Yeah.
up to 12 people.
Okay.
You could say it's we're doing a
I'm gonna
tournament.
create a filter here.
Do these? Well, it's not exactly like a tournament because we're not We're not
Well, it
doing.
could be.
We're not having them like kill each other, but
Well, it's like an archery contest.
yeah, I guess so.
Mhm.
All right.
But it's
Might
not.
make-
It's
make-
not like
might
how
make
many
some of these
bulls
soldiers
that you
get
hit.
better.
It's like we're looking for who learns the
True.
quickest and
That
who's.
is true.
You
That's
know,
how they learn fast because they want to get them. They want to win the turkey.
Listen, that's how it works. That really is how it works. Listen to this man. Create a prize pool. He's actually so right about that.
One giant turkey.
This is important. Is that the prize?
We
Have to, like-
have a giant turkey.
Definitely not. You'd have to like hunt something.
I'll give them a copy of Spider-Man: Shattered Dimensions on the Xbox 360.
I don't think that
He does
exists
have that in his
physically.
inventory. It's kind of crazy, actually.
He does.
No.
Okay, I was gonna say. I thought the only one who added historically anachronistic joke items was Nick. It's like,
Yeah,
don't tell me
we
there's
actually
two
we
of
found
them.
it in the archive. You don't remember?
All the way back in Shadowbell.
There was a PS2 there, and we just picked it up and was like, "Oh, sick! This might be useful."
Crazy. Okay. All right.
All right.
I'm rolling. What do we got? 32. He doesn't count. He's not allowed. 73. Oh, hey, it's Evan Higgins. Okay, this is funny. Your medic is extremely proficient with a rifle. He's your top
All
guy.
right.
Proficient.
All right, shoot him in the head.
You've actually met him before. One person has met him before. I don't remember who. What is he?
I think it might have
assigned
been me when I was doing random stuff around camp.
to? Something like that.
And you
Says
fix
he's
no boo
assigned.
boos.
I don't know what he's assigned to. I'm looking.
Says
I don't
assigned
think-
to the void.
I don't think he's assigned to anything specifically. I'm just gonna uncheck him. I might just check him because his name's come up. I know we've interacted with him before. All right, so Evan's extremely proficient with a rifle.
Yeah.
Geraldo. Hey, you've encountered him too. Geraldo Wise is extremely proficient with a rifle. Unless, no, he's one of the guys that's gone. He's not here right now. I'm pretty sure
No.
he's on. Okay, yeah, he's one of the guys that went to House Roshan. So you need to get him back. So we'll get there. But you know what? On that note, let's take a pause from this because I'm still going to have him be proficient with rifle. Well, we're going to pause because the rifle training is what's going to occur over the next few days. Wednesday morning. Now I wanted to jump to Malachi now that that's underway. Doing a tour of the camp. What do we have? Is it tomorrow that the people are coming in? What's today's date? It's tomorrow. Tomorrow we got to pick some location to figure out where the heck we're picking people up. Let me pull up the map, and then we can actually do a walkthrough of the camp with Malachi, which I thought we would do like an hour ago, or half an hour ago probably. All right. All right. So here's the bad news. The meeting location that we picked for the meetup is in the Aspen Woods, somewhere by the foot of the mountains near where we met Drya. And that's within the range of the time screwy spell. So realistically, you might have to like get the crow to fly you out.
The Raven.
Yonder, yeah, the Raven. Somebody else called him the crow and messed me up. You might have to get the Raven to fly you out of the range, then plane shift / teleport / whatever, then fly back, maybe in the material plane, which could be dangerous. Get the guys. You theoretically might have to fly them out of the zone, and then you can bring them back. It could be a very involved process. Do we have any ideas on that front?
About getting them back.
Yeah, this is more of a Malachi Sources of Mayhem thing, probably.
I mean, are we able to message them? We should be.
They're
Right?
here, right?
What?
Message
Yeah.
them?
Not
Um,
from here, because you're in the time warp thingy.
No, this meaning if we had already given them a time and place to meet us,
Mm-hmm.
could we not just do what we did last time?
I don't even know what you did last time, and I
As in-
can't even find like by
As
last
in,
time
okay,
you mean
as in get them to get. How many people are we expecting?
pull it up. There's like 3 groups.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, the dwarves are the big one. That's 7 people. 3
Uh-huh.
from House Taylor and 5 from House Roshan.
Wait, we've got 7 dwarves.
Yeah, they were out looking for a place to set up a
No,
mining
it's
operation.
the joke of the
What,
seven
we got
dwarfs.
like Sneezy and Grumpy and
No. It's all
Nah.
It's all
We do have-
nicknames. Grunnel
We got
Dragnar,
Gentle.
Gentle Gile, Douron Get, Lil Juke, who's my favorite,
Lil
Soban
Juke.
PC, which I don't know what that is, Drig, and Gryla Masher.
What can I say? A real genius made those.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with those. But they're
The
here.
dwarves, they'd be working.
They do be working. But anyway,
Gryla's a masher.
that's
What
a
can we
total
say?
of 15 expected people, which is a lot.
Okay. And how many of our sorcerers can teleport?
Well, if Garfield's in good shape, which he's okay, Osnek is good, so that's 2. Sage can come along just for safety, but he won't teleport. But he's a cleric, so it just might be good for him to tag along. So I might not be able to if you don't have the slot. Because Garfield can get, what is it, teleport, you can get 8 people, including yourself, or not including yourself? I always forget.
No, well, I'm not thinking we necessarily have. So I'm thinking if we fly to the estimated area on our side,
Mhm.
then it's just a matter of plane shifting there, waiting for them, and then plane shifting back. And then we just transport the people back to the camp.
Well, I'm saying the estimated area on your side is
Mm-hmm.
in the time shift.
Yeah, but we can go there and then plane shift.
And then you go back in time 3 weeks.
Isn't that when we would have been meeting them or no?
No. When you're meeting them is like right now in current time, July 29th.
all right. We played shift there. We write a message that they'll find in the future telling them to go to a different location where we can pick them up.
That
Yeah.
would work.
Yeah. We leave it in Thieves' Cant and we hide it well.
That would actually work. That's pretty goofy. I like it. Okay, well, that works for me. What location do we want to try? I'm looking at the map here. It's hard because a ton, like most of Lucine is in range. You might be able to ask them to go to like Namir. It would just be a bit of a
Is it
wall.
not possible to have them go back to Dryas like
That's
little-
that's within the time shift. That's the problem. That is
Hmm.
the meeting place that I have set up, and it's within the bubble.
Mimir's kind of far.
It is kind of far.
And we have to walk. Can we take the bus?
Yeah, that's the only problem. Is if you give them a message to come back, then you can't pick them up on the 29th because you have to give them time to travel to the new location.
Okay. Ooh. Then we just leave a note saying just hang out.
Just chill.
Yeah, just make a safe camp there until like it's time.
When do you think it'll be time?
Because it doesn't make sense further endangering them. I'm about halfway ready to just destroy this time thing anyway.
Yeah, it does make things difficult.
All right, nuke it. Big fart.
I just need to make sure we get everything we need to do done
Yeah.
before we have to.
And you're getting closer to that.
So, yeah, I think the safest thing would just be hang tight, have them just stay there and hang tight.
Just send the message. I got Lucine.
That's
I got the
kinda
castle
easy. You
rigged to
can-
below.
You can realistically send Osnek to do that. I mean, Osnek and
And
maybe
just one person in a bodyguard because I'm not
Yeah.
putting any of our spellcasters at risk.
Do you want Sage with him or a separate bodyguard?
Who's our strongest personal bodyguard?
It's one of Malik's 2 guys. Just give him both of them.
Okay.
Because Malik, now Avis, we dissolved Avis and just turned it into a private guard force. And so now there's only like 2 of those guys. I'll have to find out what they're called because I have a filter active now. Is a... I can just look up guard probably. Former private guard. Gizarchus. It's Saturnalia. No. Saturninus and Africanus. Both master surgeons from Kuning Greek. So that's it. Easy. Done. All right.
Okay.
So Osnek, let me write that down. He's going to write a message in Thieves' Cant at the meetup location.
Osnek knows who's king.
Or he can be taught. So that's what you said, right? You said you wanted in Thieves' Cant?
Well, I mean, any of our rogues could just write it.
I mean, yeah, then
Got
the rogue
rogues?
just has to come along.
Hmm?
Then the rogue has to come along.
You can write it beforehand and then give it to them.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, you mean it's like a little note that you're just going to staple
Someone
to a
in the-
tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next to a larger note that says die. So that anybody else that sees it will get scared.
All right.
Think about it.
Wednesday, July 28th, Osnek went with Malik's 2 private guards. You're gonna have to get the Raven. Well, actually, maybe not. He could just. That's probably safer to get the Raven, if the Raven complies. Which means you should probably go talk to the Raven. I think we're officially at the point where it's time for you to do your walk through the camp. Because now you need to talk to the Raven to get Osnek set up on his thing. And then you're going to have to catch up with Vesper, who's actively training riflemen. And then we can find out who's gaining proficiency with rifles here.
Well, okay, if I'm doing the walkthrough, there were a few things I think we wanted to
Mm-hmm.
send some scouts out to look for, like, I think I mentioned that cavern where we had to go through to get to the Ravens.
Yes.
Looking at that as a possible base of operation.
You could, you just don't have any of the dwarves to scout it. That's the problem, because the dwarves are part of the group returning.
I mean, just to scout it and see if it's viable, nobody else can do that?
I mean, they can, but dwarves are the one that can actually verify the structural integrity of the rock and determine whether it's good.
They can just scout it, and then when we do that, when they return, they can confirm what we've scouted.
Yeah, that works. What are you looking for on the scouting mission then?
We're
Just
just
like general
looking for
danger, environment, wildlife.
we're looking for it's just the basic things like how much, is it like a defendable position,
Okay.
points of
Okay.
access, that kind of stuff.
That makes sense. All right, I got you. That's
And
doable.
extra points if it's like, oh, close to arable land, like we could probably have some crops and stuff there to help take care of that kind of stuff.
You want to do a scouting mission, buddy?
I could.
Okay.
Nothing else to do.
All right. Well,
Ooh, ignore that roll.
Malachi, is that going to be your first stop of the day, finding Detroit to get his scouts down?
Sure.
All right.
It's the only person with scout in the name.
It just feels very weird that I would have to personally go to everybody.
Oh, you're going to send delegates so that you don't have to interact with the common dregs?
No,
Their name's the Filth.
no, just because it seems like inefficient.
Okay.
But
Alright.
either way, that
He's a
would
small gnome. He can make do it.
it would just be like
No bug.
having someone, whoever is in authority of him, just kind of be like, here's your next mission, that kind of thing.
All right, that can work.
Because I think we had established that they do meet with the leaders.
No, they do. The question is if this is like a special team. I mean, he's in Winifred, which is already your special team. It's a question of who do you want to go with him?
I don't know these people, so
Who the
Okay.
fuck are these?
Well,
Or
Just send back in so I can kill him.
literally, it would be a matter of, hey, choose 2 of your best people and send them to go to do this.
only 2? Because these are all the questions. Because at this point, I'm just being Malik, and I'm the DM is just Malik interceding.
Yeah, but the thing is, Malik is the one with more of the battle experience, so he wouldn't ask.
Well,
He'd probably suggest.
well, that's what I'm getting there. But I
Uh-huh.
am specifically asking. I don't feel like doing the voice, but I'm specifically asking, how many people do you want on this? I don't think 2 is enough. I think you should have like 5 or 6. What do you think?
Are they going in different directions?
No, maybe as a group.
5 or 6 people just to check out. That feels excessive.
Dude, you understand that we lost 4 men to Displacer Beast on the way here, right? Like,
But what if it's scary?
And
yeah.
then we could lose 5 or 6 people. Can we just?
But it's less likely. All right, I'm switching to the voice.
This is the end.
I'm
This is
switching-
the end.
I'm
This
switching to
is
the
the end of
voice.
Detroit.
The brothers are
He's about to
arguing.
get 360 no scoped by a
switching
Call
to
of
the
Duty guy.
voice. Hold on.
Are there no ravens at the camp?
There's the Raven.
Yeah, like so. I'm thinking we're specifically starting with here's one possible location we looked at. If they just head there,
Via the Raven.
yeah.
Well, I'm not exactly a fan of using him for everything, and besides, isn't he going to escort Osnick?
Everything?
Well, it seems like we're using him a lot.
He took us to cast a spell. He didn't even personally come. He sent 2 of his people to send us there like days ago. And since then he's been hanging out.
Are
He's
you
not paying
sure
rent.
You trust him. He isn't paying rent, that's true.
Right. No, I'm just thinking if they're going in that direction.
I understand it's useful, I'm just not a fan of over-relying on them. I find them moderately disconcerting.
Oh, that's implicit bias you have to overcome. Yeah, just send. Fine, if you think 5 or 6 people is best, just send 5 or 6 people and let them go.
If we're using the Raven and they're not going on foot, I think you can go leaner. I'm just hesitant about utilizing
Okay, well, hopefully 5 or 6 people can defend each other. And just let them go. And then the other thing that we want to do is I want if there are how many druids are here?
2 as far as I know. It should just be Robin and Infernus.
And then
Well,
counting-
Crunkmire claims to be a druid.
All right, well, he can test his salt and then probably just get drier with them.
Alright, hold on. I need to write all of this down. I'm all of a sudden doing a lot of things. 5 to 6 people / Raven back to scout mines. Assemble druids to do what now?
So did he give us like a certain section of land that we could use for crops? No.
No. What he said was you could attempt to if you can find a way to calm down the Whispering Plains over to the right, which by the way is where Floppletup spent his morning. Over here could be arable, but
Right,
it's
so
cursed.
well, send the druids there. Since Bloppletup's already there, have him pray or whatever.
And help with that.
See if that helps make the soil work.
Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And then have the druids start going over there because we're gonna need food.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
See if they can get some stuff growing, just something started. See if they can do plant growth or something to increase the speed of growth. It's not going to be enough, but it'll help. And then, is there? Can we we should probably already know all the people in the camp who have magical potential.
Yeah, it's not many.
Right. Whoever does, remove them from
Okay.
whatever.
Remove them from their units and assemble them with the Sorcerers of Mayhem.
Yeah, let them start getting trained so that we at least have like our little spellcaster force.
Okay, I got you.
FS can be a leader in there, I think.
Yes. Okay.
Whoa.
Cool. We have a tidy little to-do list now. All right.
Big, huge, if even.
There's one unaddressed thing now that you have your to-do list done. Well, there's one. This was on your to-do list too, which is why I want to address it. First, I wanted to point out notable characters that I just kind of found interesting, and you will see around the camp, and they haven't been brought up. Pharaoh's Umbar is another Leonin. Him and Rain are the only Leonin in the camp, I believe.
Are they dating?
Roll insight.
God,
Yeah,
it's just a joke.
he's
But
the officer of Leo. That's why it's named Leo.
Okay.
And Leo, I think Leo is one of our bowman units.
insight's not a thing that I'm really good at. So
What'd you get? 2?
2, yeah.
They look to be madly in love.
Dang. You know what?
That sucks.
You know what? Good for Rain. Get it in.
Shoot one of them in the head.
Cool.
What did Malik
That's
roll
fine.
for insight?
Why is
Didn't do much better. Why is what?
Yeah. Why is it this person's interesting because they're a Leonin?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's the reason I bring it up is it's just because it's never been brought up, and it's something you would notice immediately because he's like 7 or 8 feet tall, and he's one of your officers, so
Right.
he doesn't exactly blend in with the crowd.
Right.
Other notable figures you would have seen around and will have seen around. Aramaeus is in your party, as well as a Kenku bard named Torin Peish. The
Okay.
Nilbog has joined them and is having a great time.
So
Yeah.
are they should be tasked to perform every evening at dinner.
Okay, perfect. Done.
Additionally, I think whenever I don't know what else they would do other than maybe like supporting people, because like maybe they can inspire the training that's taking place.
Yeah.
Then they should do that, and when they're free, go learn some more magic.
Okay, so they're included in the magic thing as well.
Yeah.
Is the Nilbog included in the magic thing?
The Nilbog can go on the scouting mission.
No, the Nilbog in Detroit. Well, he does know the area.
Sorry to this man, but
Sorry
Nilbog
to-
knows where he's going.
What
Well,
did I
guess
do?
then I'm
What did I
sending-
do
I'm
to
sending
deserve such a
Boglin.
punishment?
I'm sending
Okay, but
Boglin.
also like isn't he
I'm
like
sorry. I'm sorry.
Isn't he what?
Don't do it.
isn't he like immortal?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's a displacer beast, throw him
I
in
kick
fire.
Nilbog
Right.
into the displacer
Well,
meat's
it's
mouth as I
also-
run away.
It's also Boglin. I'm sending Boglin with you because Boglin is the only other goblin in your camp. And he's just a goblin, but he's a really good fighter.
How do you feel about goblins?
Malik doesn't like him, but he's like unironically really good and is extremely good at
Is he?
stealth. Yeah,
He is?
Yeah, he is. That's the problem. He is.
Yeah.
And his behavior's been reined in because goblins are extremely submissive creatures. So when you have a strict military hierarchy, they actually fall in line extremely well.
Right.
So-
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But that is what it is. Okay, Detroit, you're rolling around with 2 goblins. The second Nick character that has 2 goblin sidekicks.
This definitely didn't end poorly for the last 2. He failed his con check.
Again, sorry to this man.
I was joking, trying to drink on water, and I was laughing. Yo, Cat Swissflaw's here. I forgot, I gotta add him too.
Yeah, I need some type of like I need a bonus after this mission. I'm gonna come back aged 50 years.
Yeah. Alright, let me add Cat Swiftclaw. Cat Swiftclaw's a blood hunter. That doesn't count. That's not like a caster, right?
I mean,
in some ways,
Should I add him to the school?
I think we said we do have a mixed melee force.
You do. You could throw him in one of those units.
Yeah,
They're all even. Canis has to. Oh, throw him into Piscus. Piscus is short. Oh no, Piscus is ranged now.
His-
Put him in Spec Ops.
All right, I'm putting him in Winifred.
Man, I'm putting Nilbog in frontline fighter.
Please.
I mean, he
He goes
is
in-
immortal.
He goes in first.
Kill him.
He does not die.
Oh yeah, no
I
Winifred.
think
If we need to siege, we just send in Nilbug, and like 4 days later, when they're all too tired and have like half of them have committed suicide, we all just go in.
Is he being cleanly integrated as a soldier?
Who?
Cat Swiftclaw. While I'm here
Wait,
figuring this
who,
out.
who is he?
He's Jacob's character.
He's one
He
of
was
my
the
old
lizard
characters.
folk in the Grodrick Griff one shot, and they invited him, and so he came.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna make him a corporal. Good.
Has he proven himself?
He's like above a private, but that's it right now. He hasn't done anything super notable, but he should be above a private because the privates are literal peasant children, and this guy knows what he's doing. He'll probably get promoted later. But all right, anyway, I gotta like sort him into Winifred. Gotta drag him down, and then update the ID system again. All right, we're gonna make him dark purple. Yeah, so many people. I just keep finding more and more things. What was I doing before I got distracted by that? I was looking for something.
Mega fish kill damage.
What?
That's what someone was doing at least.
Okay, well that's Bloppletop. I don't know what he's doing over there. He's on his float walk. I haven't been able to get back to him. I'll assemble the druids. I gotta get Dariah, Robin, and Infernus. I just had. They were here. And then you want Crunkmire? I guess we'll get Crunkmire.
Well, I guess confirming too as well.
Confirming that
Did we
Crunkmire is an extra.
did we confirm that we realized? Oh, Raven's cursed. Not Raven. Robin's cursed.
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of a Bloppletop question.
What was it?
I don't know.
I feel like we had that conversation at some point
All right,
already.
well, let me throw it out again because I thought I remember, but I want to make sure. Did I not at some point specify that Raven has like a permanent curse of the werebear? Anybody remember that?
I remember casting Identify on Robin. That's all I remember.
Okay. I don't know.
And I
I
think it
think I
was
remember talking about it. I don't remember what the outcome of it was.
right, exactly. But
I
we
see.
did talk about it.
He's cursed, so you would probably know that. So, yeah.
So if one of our powerful clerics wanted to remove a curse, that'd be lovely.
Wait a minute. He doesn't have the spell, does he?
He can change it every day. It's a couple days.
No, because he's a fish guy. He only knows fish guy spells. He can't just like do stuff. Yo.
Or we need to get those Kutoa in this camp.
Yeah,
Yo, Kutoa, where's my super cleanse curse move? Wait, super cleanse curse move? Yeah, I've always had it.
Yeah, that is how it would work. What do you mean? I've always been able to remove curses. It's one of the things that I do.
Haven't you heard the tales?
This is hilarious. Guess it also doesn't have a remove curse, but Sage could actually prepare it. So, I mean, Sage could do it. I just don't think he's been informed. So for right now, Robin's just a bear. We're just gonna leave it at that. All right.
Okay.
I
that's
keep
fine.
getting distracted. I have like 3 or 4 different things that I need to get ready for that will actually be like D&D gameplay related. Detroit scouting mission is set up. Druid mission is set up. The last logistical thing before we continue the walk is magic people, sorting them into their own category and getting them out of the hierarchy. So that would be FS is being removed from Winifred and being marked as a magician. That's 1. Who else was it? It was Zephyr, right? Was he? Yeah, same thing. I'm moving him from Winifred.
Zephyr's a little different in that like he would take the training, but I also want him to like help with cleric duties, like going around and making sure people are healed around the camp.
Yeah, he can do both though, reasonably.
Okay. Set up like a med bay or something.
There is a med bay.
And people are just using like bandages and stuff instead of cure wounds.
Yeah, that's what Evan Higgins does.
Oh.
Evan Higgins has specifically saved lives because he's a trained triage medic. And he's one of your guys that's really good with a rifle, but I don't think he found that out yet.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put magic school. Magic school. Isn't there like I need to go to Google Translate. I'm pretty sure the Latin word.
Collegium?
No, Magicae. Magus. I'm just gonna name it Magus. That's what I want. I am making a new unit called Magus. That's what is happening. Magus. Alright, now I can actually sort them. Is there anyone else that I'm missing that is named? Like, that I know of? Well, I don't know if there is. I think it literally might be Zephyr and FS. Would the Druids be a part of that school?
Hey.
That's a Malachi question.
Yeah, but he didn't answer, so I said, yeah.
He didn't answer.
I'm thinking
Okay.
they use arcane spells from such a different source.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
Right now, they're both brigadier generals as well, so they're kind of like doing other stuff.
They can sit in a class or two, and if it makes sense, then they can.
They also, their responsibilities lightened a lot once you showed up. Like, a lot of what they were doing, you took over. So they're not like as critical as they once were. They're more specialists now.
Mm.
All right. Here's what I want. You said you want to pick out people who show magic potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to roll to see if over this past time you've seen people that show magic potential that you can pick out. What roll would you like to do for that?
I would like to do a perception check, please.
A perception?
And just call people together and be like, "Hey, try and cast this."
What?
Because I feel like that's super easy, and
Is
just
it?
ask people like, "Hey, you got magic?
Is that how
Come
it
on
works?
down."
I don't know. I'm not convinced.
Are we looking for casters, or are we looking for people that we can train to become casters?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but like,
No, I think more specifically, we were looking for people who already know, like teaching people basics. We don't have time for that right now. It doesn't make sense. We only have a few days. What were people going to come out there and just like a bunch of like rail frat? We don't need that. Rather
Okay.
shoot, like we need more people shooting bows and arrows than like struggling to. We ain't got no time.
Rude. Okay. You want to roll perception?
I mean, if you really want me to roll, because I'll be just standing there watching people try and cast a spell.
I'm just trying to understand how this is going to work. Are you just like randomly pulling people aside, like, cast this?
No, it's just a call out through the ranks. Like, is there anyone who has the ability to cast a spell or two? Already knows.
Okay. Okay. I got you. This is gonna be so stupid. Okay. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna write some of this down. Ding, 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 ding. I'll give you a few guys. Uh-huh. Hey, Rocco! That's so stupid. Yo. Okay. I don't know if you need to roll for this or not. Because what you're saying is very straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Alright. You got 3 guys. Okay. Oh my, how am I
Cool.
gonna mark these guys? These
And
guys.
then we're specifically teaching them long range, but
Alright, hold on. Because I gotta rate. Oh, you got 4. Oh no, that's Sage. I should not be highlighting him. 3 guys, here they are. Alright, now I gotta redo my ID system again. Hold on. Yeah. Alright, you ready to hear about your 3-star pupils here?
Oh boy.
oh, here we go.
Alright. So. Oh, now they're different. Alright, that's fine. Lazarus Gates, a half-elf, who I just realized because I transferred them, I don't know what unit they were from. I took one from Canis. I took one from Leo, I think. I don't know. I'll have to check the chart, but I took them from 3 different units, so we're not at equal 24s anymore, but we'll get there when we get there. So where was I? Lazarus Gates, Dewey Moss, who's a dwarf, and not a good soldier who was training to be a bowman and was doing okay, and Edward Both, a human from Grafton Post. Lazarus is a silver-haired elf, silver-haired half-elf, I should say. He has kind of a gaunt face. I'm not sure how old he is, if he's older or if he's just battle damaged, shall we say. He's looks a little worse for wear. He is a sorcerer, but all he knows are basic cantrips.
Okay, that's fine.
All he knows, Ray of Frosted Lie.
This is right for us to need that shit. All right. Dewey Moss was a failed wizard's apprentice.
oh, perfect.
At one point, he actually was in the Lucine magic school, and got up to the first level, and then couldn't get anything past the first level of spells. Edward Both, is possibly the strangest man among the 3. He's older. He's not inexperienced. He's quite old. He's 44. He's balding. He has gray hair, mostly along the back of his head, and beady blue eyes. And the manner in which he speaks is quite unusual. And I guess I'm gonna pull him up here. All right. So how are you talking to these guys? Like, what's the process here as you pull them out? Is there a specific protocol, or are they just coming up and giving you like their story, like I can do this, So you letting them talk in a row? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I assume I would have. Well, Osnick's not here, so probably like what's the name of that guy I don't like, but he's like actually good. Huh?
Steward.
Sure,
Okay.
he can be in there as well,
Okay.
and so he's helping me assess like, and he's listening to some of their stories as well, and
Right.
he'll be bad cop. I'll just be good cop.
Of
So
course. You should talk to Edward Both now. So Lazarus just gives you the story. Goes, oh yes, so this and that. I'm a sorcerer of this, but I never learned. I never had a teacher. I just knew I could do some things. I picked some stuff up and went along. And then Dewey's like, yeah, I went through the process. It was really scary. Some of the stuff they wanted me to learn was weird. I couldn't keep up. I had to drop out. And now it's Edward's turn to talk.
And you, what? How did you come by your magical abilities?
I studied.
Interesting. Where?
Privately.
Why do you sound like that?
This is how I speak.
That's weird. Why?
I was born in a strange way.
Born wrong.
Do tell.
Trouble speaking when I was born, just not breathing, and oxygen deprivation, couldn't breathe. Hard for me to speak.
Okay. And this is not going to affect your casting spells, will it?
No. Observe. He flawlessly. Hold up. Let me actually make sure there's a verbal component to this. I'm like 90% sure there is. Make a wisdom save.
Why can't you just cast something like light?
Because he's gonna show off.
Okay. All right. I failed it.
Great. He cast Hold Person on you in flawless recitation. Steward is like taken aback for a second, and then immediately just goes counter spell. And then the Hold Person drops. And Edward goes, I can memorize. Memorizing's fine. Memorizing's easy. I've memorized a lot of spells.
Okay, well, it seems. Look at Stuart. It seems he's appropriate.
Yes, that is a word for it.
All right. Well, we can decide better once you gather them all up and we start doing some classes.
All right. You got 3 guys.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like put them somewhere because I don't want to deal with them. All right. What else is on my to-do list? We have this. Oh yeah, the guys. I gotta pick out the guys that are good at doing the rifles. I'm gonna do that later. I'll write that down. I'm gonna leave a note. Pick out guys that is good at rifles. Okay, we're doing that. Okay. Yeah. All right, this is our next pit stop. Your forge, which I hesitate to call it that because it's a little encampment on the side of the rocks, a door with a smithy and a furnace that does not have enough heat to use it. Upon inspecting it, it is a rinky-dink setup. This is a forge that is starved for materials, and upon the looks of it, they need coal or something that's going to enable them to burn furnaces much hotter than they currently are burning. They can use charcoal, but they've burned through quite a bit of wood, and they need to set up a means of essentially a means of making sure that they can actually manufacture things, because Gregar has been limited in his capacity to operate in general. He's taken on Bolt as an apprentice. Grack, I believe. Who the heck is Grack? Grack's a weirdo. Grack is a kobold. He's actually a pretty crack armor smith.
Yo.
And then there's Gerald Grafton, who is also essentially an apprentice smith.
Does he look like the Graftons?
Vaguely. What do you mean by that?
Like enough that I'd be like, you look like a Grafton.
Roll perception. He's familiar enough that you feel like you recognize him, but you're going to need to roll to see if you identify him as a Grafton. I mean, when you hear his name, it's obviously all over.
Okay. 3. It's
Okay,
just a
yeah.
million.
He just looks vaguely familiar. He's probably got one of those faces, you know. All right, but approaching the forge. Are you looking at this personally? Are we allowed to do this? Are you too big for this?
The forge?
Yeah.
No, I'm not there.
Oh, you're not there, so you're not even gonna meet this guy?
No.
A lame-o?
Wow.
Why would we meet a lame-o?
Honestly, like, this doesn't make sense for him to be doing.
All right, I'll delegate it. It's fine. I'll do all the work.
Yeah,
Imagine
funny little
what-
character he wanted you to meet, but no, fine.
Imagine
Whatever.
one guy is like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it's fine. I'll delete the character.
I mean,
Sorry.
this is the guy that you're in charge of, and you specifically told me you want to make magic weapons. But you
Oh,
want
this
me,
is
you want
magic
me to do
weapons?
that behind the scenes. You
Oh,
don't
this is for
actually-
magic weapons?
I mean, yeah, it can be. That's the whole point. You have a dwarven
You should have
smith.
said that. You should have said that.
No, you gotta tell me, because if it's just like doing like regular work, I'll send somebody. But if it's magical,
Well, he's
then
got to start there. That's why Malik is bringing you here.
Malik needs to
Now
explain.
Malik, no. Now Malik is going to have a talk to you about having preferential responsibilities, and that there's things that he can do that he's willing to do, but that you should be involved in some of these, even if you don't enjoy them or take
No,
particular
no.
interest. in them.
I am the one who gets a report of what's going on, and then I'll say, okay,
Okay.
I'm check out this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
This is delegation and structure.
Okay. All right.
We have several captains and leaders who already are assigned to these things.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah, the general doesn't go to everything. It's crazy.
All right. Malik's going to pull you aside. Because now we have to have a real conversation. Because now you've hit a philosophical point that contradicts Malik's actual leadership style. I'm going to pull you aside. So we'll say this will happen, right? He's talking about this. He's talking about the forge, and then you delegate it to him, right? Basically like that.
Well, why is it going to him? Well, no, he knows about weapons.
Yeah,
Fine,
I was
sure.
gonna say, who else is it going to go to? Like, even if you're delegating it to him, it's going to go to somebody else.
It's
Down
fine,
the
fine.
line. But the point is,
Sure.
he's trying to
Sure.
involve you in the process. So he pulls you aside, and he says, "Listen, brother, I understand this may not be a principal concern of yours, but you are the face of this army. If the men don't see you interacting with them, and all you are is an inaccessible figure lurking around, you will become disliked. More
Listen.
importantly, you will become distrusted. Some
Listen.
of these men don't know you. They know
Listen.
me. What?
This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Do you think that Xerxes right now is walking around talking to every member of his army?
Do you think Xerxes has 300 men as his employee? He has thousands. How many do we have, Malachi? Give me a number right now. How many?
300.
339 men.
Oh,
When
pitiful.
we're working at this scale, you
Oh, yes.
cannot operate from the rafters. There are
Yes.
certain responsibilities that you need to undertake personally, especially if you're rebuilding rapport with men who are going to become the future leaders that you delegate to. We can't operate like Xerxes. A part of the reason that half of these men are here is because Xerxes was a faceless villain who all he did in their lives was give orders that they didn't want to follow. And at any point he showed up, all he did was glare, grimace, or walk on.
Counterpoint. A lot of these people are here because Xerxes was actually a villain. So, while this is true, it is not like I'm standing here twiddling my thumbs. I'm also beseeching the gods for direction. I'm also helping
Yes, we've talked
assist
about
with
that.
the
I
magical,
understand. I
with
just,
the magical side of things. I'm also doing my best to see what we can do about communications with the people who are there. I am trying to manage our relationship with Dumbledon, with whose farm we're on, there are a few things that have to get done, and so I cannot possibly physically attend to everything. This does not make sense, and there are certain things that I can stop in and visit. Besides, I make a perusal of the camp, just a walkthrough, every single day, every morning. It was something I already established, but I cannot, it makes no sense to stop and talk to. I'm not here to be a political figure. I have to also be doing my set of work.
Well,
We have to succeed. Frasm. 18.
I understand the need for clearly defined duties, but what this means is they need to be more clearly defined. Because as it is now, you're not exactly acting as a general in a traditional sense. You're more of an... Alright, he's sort of like... He was leaning in towards you, and then he straightened his posture, and it looks back, and it's like he has a realization. And he said, "You're a different branch of the military." Do you follow?
Sure.
This is what needs to happen. We need to designate roles. There are things you can do that I can't. There are things I can do that I don't believe you can when it comes to close quarters combat. And that's fine. And that affects who we need to talk to and what we need to do. If you feel that you're being pulled in too many directions, then maybe what we need to do is further delineate the infrastructure of our military. There are men in the camp that you've seen with abilities, I'm told.
Yes.
That may be what you should focus on. What we need is to make sure we're both on the same accord in terms of the directions that this force is going. Now, if that means that you're specialized in dealing with external politics, like Dumbledon or the sorcerers of Mayhem, who I'm not so sure if they're with us 100%, but you know what I mean. Outward facing things. Whereas inwardly, with the men, the bowmen, the marshals, Vesper and I handle that. Those duties have to be clearly defined. But the problem is, that means that neither of us is really the true leader.
That is fine. From the very beginning, I wanted us to operate as a team, a group. That is why Vesper handles this, you handle that, I handle this.
What if there's a disagreement? Who's fully in charge? Is it just you and me?
Well, again, it's three of us.
Well, who's the third? Vesper?
Yes.
Currently, he's ranked as a brigadier general. I have him ranked as your number one. But that's what I'm saying. What exactly is the infrastructure that we need to get this done?
He needs to be elevated swiftly.
Then essentially it'll be the three of us.
Yes, and therefore, any disputes, there's a tiebreaker. Simple.
Simple. All right, that works. I may have to demote Danuk.
Demote?
He's my Vesper.
He was part of the army? He was doing things?
He's more of an advisor, but I have
him
as the same. I'll talk to him.
Was he doing things otherwise? Interesting. Okay.
He doesn't. He withholds information.
Who, Danuk?
No, I mean Malik is withholding information. Danuk isn't here. And you haven't talked to Danuk in a hot minute.
Curious. All right. this has already taken up too much time. We will have this conversation some other time. Take me to the people who can help us get some magical weapons, since Xerxes is chock full of them.
Okay. Wait, so we are doing this?
Yes, I said once I realized it was about magic.
Well,
I mean, not that I don't care about the other things, but that is specifically what I can assist with.
well, that's where it gets complicated. The reason I was involving you in this is step one is getting a working forge. The requirements for getting a forge that can produce magic items are stricter. So I can report back to you once we have a forge running and are in a position to scale towards creating magic items.
Excellent.
Oh, well, it's settled. All right. I think that's probably it. Where is Vesper? He's not even like on here. He's not even on
I'm on the
here.
moon.
He ran away.
That would be pretty funny.
Also on my list of duties is I didn't mention is training my cat.
Yeah, of course. The most
What?
important duty.
Not the most important duty. But
Alvin, leader, origin. I guess you sign proper. Right, Vesper?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. I need to get these guys out of here. I have to like refilter them. Alright, hold on. Gotta reorganize my Google Sheet for the 87 gorillionth time. Sort by this. Grab these guys.
is parts part of the mixed melee thing, or is he gonna be learning how to use the rifle?
I don't even know where he is right now. I'm in the middle of performing other edits.
It's at the bottom of a really big hole.
Yeah.
Because he was with us, he fought the dragon with us,
He
right?
did. I think he's in Winifred, which is your spec ops.
Oh, okay. I feel like that fits, I guess.
Where? Yeah, mages. They're right here. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I can. Yeah. All right. 341. Okay. Ugh. We've gone through a good amount of the to-do list. The diplomatic missions will be resolved later. A message is being sent. We've restructured the military. Some oddball stuff there. Rifleman training. Manufacture equipment. Malik to work on getting Forge up and running. Will report to Malachi when done. Yeah, that was another thing. Are we leaving that for? Is that a later problem? Getting Roger and Siobhan back? We're just gonna let that one sit.
Do
For
we-
a bit?
Do we
I have
know
the
they've been
entire-
kidnapped?
Right, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if we know anything happened to
I
them.
have the entire castle rigged to blow.
I think we're gonna
With
have
me
to
in it.
wait until after.
After
We know
everybody
they were taken because Malachi talked to Rainey at some point.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Got that done.
We'll probably have to wait till that cruise shows up to get the full story, though.
Yeah, and also planning, because I just feel like there's so much going on. That's why it's I'm also thinking about the fact that if Cagliari shows up, we have to have some way of restraining her so that we can talk to her and be like, hey, listen, we are not your enemies. So
Yeah.
there's just a lot that.
There is a lot.
So I think what could also happen is that, have the leaders and stuff start giving at least reports, and then have a smaller group of people meet and fill in, me, Vesper, and daily. That way we can weigh in on certain things without having to physically go and see every single thing.
All right. I think most of what we need is in place. I gotta figure out how to get a forge up and running now because that was delegated to me. Really, what's happening now is anything that you guys don't do directly, I, the DM, have to, as an NPC character, go, well, I guess this is my problem to solve now.
Oh, so you can rig the castle to blow?
I can rig the castle to blow, and I will rig the castle to blow. So true.
Also, is it the kind of thing that I don't know. Could
I mean,
conjure,
that's kind of, I don't know. I have
could
to
you
figure that out.
conjure? Could it just be like wave a wand, spend a couple minutes, boom, here's your forge.
No, you know I don't operate like that. I have to map out the specific objectives and goals, the specific materials needed, and then I have to map out how those could be substituted or achieved, and then a timeline. Because I can't just
Um,
magically will a forge into existence off screen by going, yeah, I put in a lot of hard work, and now we have
Oh
a
yeah,
forge, guys.
watch this.
When I said magically, I mean like specifically people who know how to conjure things.
Oh. Why did you tell him that? He's not even thinking about that. Go back and tell him that. Because because the main thing you need to do is get the fires hotter. Okay, I'm going to talk to the sorcerer's
I
mayor.
just can't believe that didn't. Okay, yeah.
No,
cool.
he doesn't think like that. Of course not. All right, hold up.
He's over here with his blacksmith brain going like, we're gonna need a hotter material.
Mayhem about magically heating.
Alright, I pretty much finished the, it's pretty much done.
Rigging the castle of blow.
This is
No, the forge, I designed it.
Okay.
I ruined it. It's ruined.
All right.
How to install text box
What
in
was
Paint.
I doing? Okay. Gregor, Thorn, and Vesper. So now, where am I
There you go, that's
going?
pretty much everything you need in a forge.
Uh-huh. I'm almost done. You can almost kind of play the game. Almost.
No need. We'll just call it quits after this.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I finished the forge. We pretty much did everything we needed to do tonight.
This board is a lie. All right. Vesper and Thorn. Okay. All right.
I could go through my mail.
We got options. No, I think I have. The Malachi playtime is kind of over because his playtime was his conversations with Malik and those fun logistics. I mean, we got a lot of work done though. Like we solved a lot of things right there.
Got my voter registration card.
Yep. Okay. Our options are Vesper and Thorn training with rifles. Detroit and the goblins on the
Water
scouting
for
mission.
the last man.
And the druid and Bloppletup Crow. Who wants to start? Do we have a volunteer? Who's feeling it?
Obviously, I can start. We need to
Alright,
know
roll a
how
D4.
Mailbog's gonna blow up.
Nick just volunteered. If no one's
Look at this guy with no friggin'. I'm already rigging it to blow.
Okay. You ready, Scout Detroit?
Yeah.
All right. The Raven. Oh, at some point you should talk to the Raven about what happened in the Citadel. He's gonna be real curious about that. Particularly the fact that there was a black dragon that was influencing them. That might be of note. But yeah.
Talk to the Raven
Slow
about
down.
the Citadel.
No, that's Mike Yell. Mike Yell's like, you should talk to the Raven about the Citadel. Another settlement
Yeah.
needs your help. I'll mark it on your mini-map.
Wait,
Alright.
who are you doing this?
I was
Check the
saying
shoes.
you should talk to the Raven about what happened in the Citadel. Because it
Okay.
kind of involves him because the elves killed his people and stuff. A little
Right.
reminder from Mike Yell.
Since that's part of my thing that I was going to cover, just like doing some of the diplomatic and relation stuff, I will have that conversation.
Okay, cool. We can have the conversation, or do you want to just do a high-level summary?
Let's do Detroit for now. We can.
There's so
I
much
know.
blood.
Great. Where did I put him? There he is.
What?
All right, Detroit, you're going out. So here's where things
Over.
get interesting. So the tunnels that you're talking about are not as far away as you think. They're pretty easy to scout because they're literally under you. So he doesn't really even have to go that far. Now it's not the scale, so he is gonna have to go out. There's two places he could go. You want to go south or north, Detroit? Which one do you want to
How the
scout?
hell you
first?
send a picture on Instagram? South.
All right, south is easy. You fly over the ridge. The Raven is going to assign you a bird. Malachi probably arranged that as well before he had his conversation, whatever. After. Anyway, do you have a super high passive perception? I don't remember what you got.
Well, let's figure that out. Let me go to my character sheet.
Isn't it, you just have it as an extra right now, I think.
Do you want to see the character sheet?
Yeah, I don't know if you ever sent it to me. If it's what I think you're using, I might know it. But show me.
I sent it to you.
Okay.
Why are we
No, that's not
torturing
what I
poor
thought.
Detroit?
That's not what I thought you were using. Hold on, I gave you. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. I thought you put it in, but maybe I did. On Roger's character sheet, I added the scout stat block.
Oh yeah, there is that little guy.
It's not much more than what you have, but it is complete. It's it's Turing complete.
Oh, there it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See?
Who's this elf? Who's this elf
I don't
woman?
know. It's just the default scout look. You probably don't
It's
look.
an elf woman.
You probably don't look like that, but Yeah, advantage on perception checks to rely on hearing or sight. So that was the whole point.
I can speak a language.
Yes. You can probably speak too. Who knows?
There's one language.
All right. Are we using this stat block still?
All right, I'm rolling.
Do you want a character sheet or you?
I got a 6.
Okay. With advantage?
Oh, I didn't roll again.
Okay.
I'll make him a good character sheet for the love of
I got
God.
an 8.
I mean, it's kind of funny. Listen, if he's happy, I'm happy.
Do you want to see it? This is what I sent Trevor.
That was really funny. That was really funny. I can just pull it up on stream.
Wow.
Here, this is it. This is the glorious Scout Detroit.
What are your skill proficiencies?
He don't got. We're not gonna point out Karamisa. He's got an 8 in Karamisa. No, that's not even what the Scout stat block is like at all. It's 11, 14, 12, 11, 13.
What can I say? I'm pretty much a designer.
All right, so you got a 6 and an 8.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Okay.
Quite, quite skilled at what I do.
Yeah. Heading over the plains, there isn't much to see, although the grass is certainly greener here than where Bloppletup is looking out. You eventually do find the entrance to the cave. It takes a bit. You're trying to take down anything of note from a structural standpoint, from a defensive standpoint. The main problem here is the entrance is just kind of out in the open. It's certainly not bad. It would be fairly defensible, if only because it's a small entrance. What would be even better is if it could be covered up, which is entirely possible. The entrance isn't too long. I'm wondering if how much let me ask this question. How much in a day does Detroit think about magic and magic related things?
Before getting mugged, probably not often.
But now thinking about it more.
But now being like, that's crazy.
Okay. Then I'll give it to you. This could probably be pretty easily disguised. It's not terrible from a defensive standpoint. There's not really much elevation change. It's actually at the bottom of a hill, like a hill that peaks over here. So it's not great from that standpoint. But what's better about it is that it could be pretty easily hidden by any number of means. Entering into the tunnel itself, there isn't much to work with. It's a narrow passage. It's spiraling. Every now and again, there are old, deep tree roots that seem to be embedded and winding around. There are leaves that seem to envelop you at times in the thicker sections of the passage. And the Nilbog says, I guided my friends through this location, knowing this realm is my vocation.
Just to suffer. That's cool. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna leave.
You're gonna go through the tunnel or just leave out the other way?
I might peruse the tunnel a little bit. A little bit of a tunnel peruser, as we call in the industry.
Okay. There's a section where it widens a little bit and opens up. And then further on, there's a section where you got to crouch down a little bit. most of the tunnel is fairly uneventful. What you're surprised by is how quickly it ends. It seems you enter one end of the tunnel and you emerge on the other quite quickly. But looking around your surroundings, you seem to be very far north from where you just came. You're on the edge of the northern section of the grounds, which, of course, as a scout, you've scouted before because you've scouted the entire farm, I imagine, right? Wink, wink. For convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you can see the lake by the forest, except this time, instead of being on the cliff where the farm is, you're now at the lake itself, chilling in the grass here. Yeah, looking around, it seems that short tunnel has carried you quite a distance. And the Nilbog speaks up and says, "Though this tunnel seems very short, you can go a long ways in it, Snort."
Not only that, just wasn't right. Like that tunnel was short. There's not a long way. I don't. What?
We are far north now. Kapow!
We're we walked like we're like 30 feet from where we started.
No. His head explodes. His head reappears.
Oh my! His head just exploded. What the hell, man?
Oh, this is the Nilbog's terrible life, filled with heads exploding and strife.
And he's alive. I'm looking at the goblin. I'm like,
Boglin goes, "Isn't it cool?
what the hell was that?
Look, there's blood on my face." And then he licks a spot where a blood spot from Nilbog's exploded head landed on his face.
Could we farm the Nilbog for infinite meat?
I feel like we've
farming for
asked this
XP.
before.
I don't know.
I'm gonna keep going. I need to get away from here.
Going where?
Away.
Scouting further towards the lake. I don't even know what's out here. I haven't been here in over a year. This is like.
What does
part two.
Lucasio have 1 hit point?
I don't know. He's being tortured in a tunnel, like dungeon. What do you want from the man? It's a hard knock life.
Got more health than Scout. Detroit.
Yeah. He's kind of a real guy.
Alright, it's only by 5. It's not like.
You know what's crazy? Is that Act 2 ended on July 12th. It's been a little over 2 weeks. It took us a year to progress 2 weeks of time.
That is how it happens.
That is how it happens. It's just wild. I mean, it's my fault with the whole mission thing screwed us over. Alright, I'm looking to see. No, this was, No, I'm insane. This was the first time you went through the Feywild. I feel like I made a separate note sheet for that or something. Because I had notes about these regions and stuff. And I'm pretty sure the lake had a name. And like
It's a really good thing that, because I would have been like, oh, I forgot. Let's hear. Oh, but this voiceover. All right, I'll look at my notes while you're finding that.
I totally forgot about Polis. I guess like maybe if I look up Feywild, I got too many Google Docs, man. Feywild map. What is this? Feywild got Nilbog.
I'm skipping stones off the lake now.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. It's Lucky Lake. We're at Lucky Lake. So there's the perennial plains, Lucky Lake, Willow Wood, the faraway fields, and the Brickety Bridge.
Is this a Banjo-Kazooie map?
No. But yeah. Oh yeah, and then there's the Cravenly Crags. Oh, Harrow Hills. That's the spot where John's at. Right, there's the crumbly cliffs. Did you guys even go to Lucky Lake?
No.
You didn't go to Lucky Lake. Well, time to use this content that's 2 years old. All right.
Well, let's get melted.
Is trying to escape the Nilbog. He and Boglin just start talking and they start playing.
Start hitting each other in the head.
Little games. You walk out to the lake and look over the water. It appears quite peaceful.
For now.
Pretty soon there seems to be a stirring in the water. It seems to be whirling around in not quite a whirlpool, but it's almost as if the water itself is sentient, like a sea serpent
Hmm.
in the water. What would you like to do?
I'm skipping stones.
You skipping stones?
Yeah.
Are you trying to hit the serpent, or are you just like skipping around?
Like near me,
Okay.
the water.
Okay. Got it.
There you go.
A naiad pops her head out of the water.
Bam.
What?
Punch.
You sure? Do you just instinctively pull out your bow and fire?
Nah, I don't know.
He throws
I'm
a
not
rock
fast.
at her forehead.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right. Roll an improvised weapon hit, please.
Improvised weapon hit.
I don't know.
Mega
Roll
fish kill. Use
mega,
that.
Yeah, mega fish kill's pretty good.
All right, I'll roll it for you.
You got a +4 to hit on a short sword.
All right, you got a 19 to hit.
Well, he can't.
17.
You're too far away.
All right, you did 63 damage to her.
How do you have? Who gave you mega fish kill? Did you give?
I
you
just
mega
made it.
fish kill?
Who gave it to you? I can craft anything I need.
It has a 15-foot reach.
15 foot.
Yeah, it's a mega fish. What do you think the fish are doing? They're killing.
That's insane. All right,
It's got a 5-foot area of
so
effect.
you throw a rock at the naiad. And do you roll a d20? And add 4?
Oh yeah, I got a 17.
I think that hits it. Yeah, roll damage. I'm gonna say a damage is like a d4. It's like a pebble, right?
Sure.
All right. I'm just gonna roll a d4. You do 2 damage to the naiad, who pops out of the water, says, "What are you doing? Ow! What is wrong with you?"
You scared me. It's just an instinct. I'm sorry.
Roll persuasion.
I'm pretty nasty at these. 7.
7?
Yeah.
You're so violent. This lake is so peaceful.
I don't know if you heard, but there's like creatures that eat people nearby, and
Not here.
so
This is my lake, and I
Well,
protect it from such
where's-
nasty monsters.
where's
Why
the
is
sign?
The nilbog here, and she just immediately looks past you and sees the nilbog with the boglin.
You know this guy?
Yes.
He's been terrorizing me
Ah,
for like 20 minutes.
I'm so sorry. Ah.
I
How did
I don't
you
know how
end
much
up
longer
stuck
I
with
can
me?
do it. This guy like told me I was going on this scouting mission. Told me he was coming along, and I said no. But what am I gonna do?
I could get rid of him for you.
Huh?
You can't kill him, but you can incapacitate him. It's called a
You tell?
death loop.
Hold up. Tell. Do tell. Actually, hold up.
He has regenerative powers, right?
So what you're saying is I connect a really big rock to his ankles and I throw him in the lake.
Yes, I debated doing that myself, but it's against my nature. But I've thought about it.
You know, I think killing him is, or attempting to kill him will probably get in trouble. Me in trouble, but I'll take this advice and I'll store it.
Well, I can't advise you on what to do, but yes, he's been a part of this realm for a long time, and every 100 years or so I see him.
So this is. You said this was your lake?
Yes, this is Lucky Lake.
What's so lucky about it?
Well, if you make a wish in it, it might come true. But only if you're lucky.
That's a good point. All right. Do I tell you my wish, or do I just think about it, or?
I don't know. It just sort of happens.
All right, I'm gonna think about it real quick.
All right, what's your
I'm
wish?
thinking really hard. The first thing that's coming to my mind is a copy of Spider-Man for PS2, but
That's not gonna work. Your character does not know what that is.
Well, maybe.
You know, if Nick wants a copy of Spider-Man for PS2, I can make that wish come true. I have it sitting right next to me. Spider-Man 2, right? Or you want
That
Web
is
of
what I said,
Shadows?
but I don't.
I don't have Web of Shadows. I have Spider-Man 2. You know Spider-Man 2 is right here. That wish can come true, and it can be your
What
lucky
about
day.
Spider-Man
Lucky
Shattered Dimensions for the
I
Xbox
don't have
360?
Spider-Man. I don't have Xbox 360, so I don't have Shattered Dimensions.
I have Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions for the Xbox
Well,
360.
then you could make his wish come true.
I was
It's
thinking
mine.
for some like new boots. You know, my boots got like some holes in them. And some new boots, pretty nice.
New boots. Well, I hope your wish comes true.
New boot goofing.
Yeah. Well, do you have any advice about the land around here? I'm technically supposed to be perusing it,
There are
finding
many
things.
nasty creatures inhabiting this land. I've worked extremely hard to keep it safe, but unfortunately,
take more
many of
rocks
my
with me?
sisters were killed years ago by the ravens.
The ravens.
Yes,
Yeah, interesting.
I've
What are
seen
those?
some of them peeking out from the ridge.
I wouldn't know about those.
Roll deception.
I mean, does he know what the raven is?
Yeah, the dude
He's
chilling in
there.
camp all the time, perched on a rock.
That's the giant freaking creature.
Yeah. Oh,
right, yo.
no, that's kind of true. Would he identify that as a raven? I think
It's just a huge creature.
no, he's got a point.
You'll never believe this. I got a 7.
Well, I got a nat 20.
Are you rolling with like a D8?
Yeah,
No.
what are you doing?
I rolled the same die 3 times. Got a 7.
Alright.
I might need to get rid of one.
This could be interesting. She says, "You are with him. I can sense it. Nay, I can smell it." How could
That would
you?
be weird because I kind of just got back here.
She comes out of the water and says, "You dare come to my lake?"
All right, I
an
gotta find a
ally of
whistle.
The raven?" The notebug looks over and he's not doing anything. What are you doing? Well, actually, roll initiative.
Give me a 7. Well, it has a 7 in it. 17.
17.
Wait,
All right.
plus 2, so 19.
All right, I just failed to roll my die. 9 plus. All right, you're up first.
I'm gonna disengage and walk
Good
away.
idea. 30 feet.
Sure.
Okay. I'm debating.
I gotta go. Nilbog, this woman's crazy.
Oh, the nilbog goes, "Oh, you've met the naiad. She's kind of like a dryad."
That was it. That was my helpful piece of information.
Yeah, anyway, make an intelligence saving throw.
15.
Is that a success? Where's my thing? Where's my spellcasting thing? You're not gonna tell me my spellcasting thing?
No.
Where's my
Oh, there
book?
it is. You said 15?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. You succeeded. Okay.
I'm not gonna lose to
actually
some Banjo Kazooie villain.
I actually think nothing happens because it says all this only happens on a failed save. Okay, well that's lame. You feel a dark presence.
I was trying to kill another
And
one
then
of
you
my
realize
characters
you're
already.
being manipulated and nothing that's being generated around you is real, and all of a sudden just fades away. She attempted to cast a spell of some kind, but your immense mental fortitude saved you. Okay. She moves.
He's
30
less
feet
intelligent
towards
than
you,
Garager.
out of the water. All right. It's your turn.
I activate my special move. Hold up, I'm looking it up.
Okay.
Scout.
Sloplin's gonna take his turn. He's a hero. He pulls out his scimitar.
Freaking load web page.
Alright, that's a miss. Alright, that's a hit. There
Alright.
we go.
Here we go. As an action,
Bam. 9 damage.
as a reaction, I can move half my movement speed away from an enemy when it ends within 5 feet of me. and it doesn't provoke an opportunity attack.
That's on the thing for scout?
As a scout rogue.
Oh. Okay, I'll allow it. So you get to move how much?
15, I think.
15?
Half.
Are you going in the tunnel?
Sure.
Okay. So 15 like for free or is it bonus action?
That was as a reaction.
As a reaction. Ooh, that's kind of good. And
It's
I'm
like
guessing
a,
that doesn't
a
provoke
decent.
opportunity attack.
It does not.
That's sick. Okay. Bet. All right, well, it's your turn.
You could have that, or you could have Inquisitive Rogue, where you can.
Yeah, sure.
Go,
30 feet?
Uh,
60 feet?
no. I think I'll stay where I am, and then go like, "Hey, you could chill." I'm readying my bow.
You could chill. Roll persuasion?
Kind of nasty at
Yes.
these. I got a natural 20.
Okay. Well, that's good. She was about to reach out and psychically destroy the Boglin, who just hit her. His scimitar went through her water form, which reformed. She's
Yeah,
about to put her hands on Boglin.
let the
Boglin
Boglin die.
starts screaming and went,
I imagine I come back and I go, Boglin's dead, and everyone goes, who? I don't care.
His brain was melting, and then the Naiad stops and says, "Why should I?"
First point, he's an innocent creature. Second point, I didn't know about the Raven.
Innocent.
Third point,
Do you know how much blood he shed? The Nobog
I'm talking
is
about the
standing
Boglin.
awkwardly looking.
I
The
was
Nobog's
pointing at
looking.
the Boglin.
Oh, the Naiad goes, "Oh, perhaps he's a foul creature." And then she eyes the Nobog, who's just smiling with his little staff and his pink silk robes.
Third of all, we're just the cogs in the machine. So the machine's the one that allied with them. We're just here.
"Hello, Mrs. Naiad. We could be a friendly triad." He's
Okay,
leaving.
maybe you should kill that guy.
He's leaving Boglin out of the equation. Boglin is on the ground, psychically brain-zorped. He's not dead, but he was about to die, and this attack was canceled. I wonder if he would have died. Let's find out. If that attack went through, would he have died? Yeah.
Pretty much.
Alright. The Naiad says, "Leave Lucky Lake, and may your wish for new boots never come true."
Yeah,
She
I thought that was going to
flounders
happen.
back to the water and jumps in.
Yeah, hold on. Scout Rogue's kind of decent. Why does Inquisitive Rogue suck so much?
Because
I get 2 things at 3rd level?
the D&D designers aren't very good.
Well, I mean, at 9th level, the big thing is that I can just move 10 feet
Well,
further.
After awkwardly standing around with Boglin still being brain dead on the floor, Nobog says, "Back through the tunnel! The tunnel is a funnel!" And he just runs through the tunnel.
Oh, I thought I was going to go north, but I guess we can go back through the tunnel. I gotta follow this guy.
Are you leaving Boglin?
Does he need me to carry him?
He's like kind of on the ground, like in a
I'm gonna go,
position.
like, lead him like a child who's, like, tripped.
Okay.
And we'll lead him back. Sure. You want to? Only if he accepts it. I'm not gonna
He
just
does.
like drag
And then
him.
He looks up and he says, "She hurt my brain.
Yeah, she's a mean lady.
You mean lady. I'm a strong warrior."
You certainly showed her.
"Yeah. I hit her with my sword."
Uh huh.
He's a private. I just had to check his rank real quick.
I mean,
Alright, you go back through the tunnel?
sure.
Alright.
Unless the tunnel leads somewhere else.
That would be crazy. No. The tunnel quickly leads you back to where you started, and one of the ravens is still there waiting for you in the fields. In the... What is this place called? I just looked at it.
Lusty Lagoon.
Perennial Plains.
Okay.
The Boglin says, "We're back to the perennial plane. That journey was very lame."
Well, you could have been slaughtered by the lady over and over again if you wanted to, but I don't come back. So
Lucky Lake is forbidden, and so the thing is ridden.
could have like warned us about that.
What is about what? I forgot
You're
about her.
freaking insane lady.
She's nice sometimes, but she doesn't like the birds. Rhymes.
Really?
Yes. Head blows up. His head returns.
Okay, well, we've already started walking away, so
Okay. By the time his head reforms, you're mounting the raven. All right, and back you go, I suppose. So, upon your return, how much of this are you reporting?
everything.
To who? Your commander?
First guy I see, I guess.
First
Whoever
guy you
tasked me with the mission, I guess.
All right, that would be your commander. So let me find out who that even is.
I am going to embellish and say that Boglin is a great hero. So
That's pretty good. I don't even know. Is there even a captain for Winifred? What is it? It can't be Becker. It's Becker?
yeah,
Ugh, it's Becker. Yeah.
I have to go talk to Beck in real life.
You have to go talk to Beck in real life and tell him about this event. Ugh. That's a good running joke. For our audience, we have a running joke that the NPC Argyle Becker, who is Detroit's captain, just looks like a guy that we know in real life named Beck. And that
was crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, you convey that to Becker, who is immediately going to bring that word back to the others, and then that will.
So I tell him, and then he scurries off to tell someone else, and then those people. I could have just like went right to the top.
Malachi, after your conversation with the. Oh yeah. Do you want to do that now?
What's that?
The Raven conversation, or you want to just do high level, like this is what you talked about?
Yeah, I think high level.
All right. At a high level, you convey the situation of the Citadel and the curse of the Black Dragon. The Raven ponders whether this is the reason that they persecuted his kind so much, and is relieved again that you persuaded him away from joining a war, and is glad to help in your current efforts, but still has mixed feelings that he's not fully over his vengeance. But he does regret the means by which he took it out on the Dryads. And then
He left
Raven
like.
Q. Yeah.
He's sure he left like no dryads alive.
Well, he doesn't think so. He didn't leave any Dryads alive. Now all of a sudden, after you've been talking for a while, Argyle Becker comes up and says, Mr. General Lumiere,
Yes.
Scout Detroit just returned and had some most interesting news. He says he encountered a naiad, a water dryad, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And the Raven looks down and goes, "Now those I did not hunt. She apparently is in the lake, right beneath this cliffside. I mean, you could even see it from parts of the camp. I know that's
Creating wake in the
told us
lake.
to keep an eye out for."
Okay. This is actually good news. Potentially? Possibly.
Potentially.
Some
It was
something-
not a pleasant encounter, apparently. He brought up the Raven and she became enraged.
Wow.
Did she say why?
Detroit said something about bloodshed and
1,000 years darkness and
yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like give the Raven like a seriously kind of look.
Yeah. He
All
doesn't
right.
react.
Yeah. I didn't expect that. All right. Sure. How far away was this travel?
Not far at all. particularly not on the back of the Raven. Allegedly, though, he went south and emerged north in a very short amount of time.
Interesting. I will pencil that in for at some point. Perhaps it would be good for Drya and I to go see her. That may appease her to see at least a Dryad. They share connections with nature.
Very well. All right. Is he good to leave?
Yes, dismissed.
Oh, okay.
And-
Yeah. Okay. All right, my thingy broke. All right, now I gotta write that down. Go to Lucky Lake with Raya. All right, 2 more things to do before we call it a night. Vesper and Thorn or the Druid crew. Great. Rolling a D4. 1 to 2 is Vesper and Thorn. 3 to 4 is Druid crew. Druid
Expertise is
crew.
doubling your proficiency bonus, right?
I believe
Mhm.
so, yes. It's basically
So-
like the same.
So
yeah,
then
the
what if
same as
something
bonus.
doubles your proficiency bonus already? Does that stack?
I don't know. No, I don't think it doubles. It adds your current proficiency bonus. It's the same thing as like dashing. So if you have proficiency and then something that adds your proficiency again and then expertise, it's like multiplying it by 3. It's not like 2 times 2 times 2.
Right.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
can't
double.
have you can't stack expertise because it's the same thing. But if it's a
Yeah.
different effect, then I think it stacks.
Yeah. But it stacks linearly. So if you have a +3, it's 3 plus 3s. It's not doubling because that would be 3 times 2 times 2. It's 3 plus 3.
Change the wording.
All
Or
right.
plus 16.
Bloppletop.
Yes.
Last we left off, you floated to the edge and were looking out. Suddenly, Dry emerges behind you and says, Bloppletop,
Yes.
we, as in the druids, were tasked with helping you look out into, what did the Nilbog call this? Harrow Hills. This dreadful-looking, desolate stretch. Would you
Tell
be
me,
willing to accompany
what?
us?
Sure. I don't have anything better to do.
Excellent. Our goal is to see if this land could be arable. Dumbledon theorizes it to be so, but there's also apparently some form of monster inhabiting these fields. But I don't think it's anything we couldn't handle. Hopefully. So,
We'll be fine.
well, then let's see what we can do. All right. You head out to Harrow Hills and begin the journey.
Man, where's the journey music? Come on.
No. At this point, I haven't had music the whole time or Michael Gelfi ambience. It's just going to be silence. I refuse to pull anything up. It's too late. It's like the opposite of sunk cost fallacy.
I would like to
My little hand.
send him away.
On more.
All right, I can close. Actually, I can't close this. Pretty bridge, faraway fields, Lucky Lake. It's probably.
I just imagined everybody gets like one line from a song, and then you play the instrumental version of the song, and everybody has to say their line when they think it would happen, and then that's the new song.
Yeah. All right. This is gonna be crazy. I need to pull up a bunch of stuff here.
That's crazy.
You know, I'm beginning to think I need to stop choosing
Happy
bad
Friday,
sunglasses.
Anthony.
Chips Apollo to see ya in a Kia.
I hate that guy.
Uh oh, we just zeroed in on our area.
we did. We've now geographically dated this.
They had a nuke that could get us.
That's actually true.
Currently triangulating our position.
Yeah, I think I have like 2/3 of an Infernus stat block.
I mean, honestly, if we've ever talked about like going to Wawa, that actually narrows it down quite a
it really
bit.
does.
No,
This
because
could be in Florida.
Yeah, we could be.
Yeah, we could.
Well,
be in Florida,
we
but-
just said we're not though.
No.
We could be, though.
We still could be. Just because we aren't doesn't mean we could be. We could be there.
Hey, we could be in Pennsylvania.
I'm gonna be in Florida. I've been at Florida.
You should
Yeah,
tell
you
them
call that
exactly when.
No. Who's they anyway? There's no one. No one
Government.
watches these.
What I do?
You don't count.
I need to know. So when I'm scrubbing through, going, wait, what did I say?
Where's my Infernus stat block?
Or for the
Oh,
last
do I not
session,
have it? Is it Jacob? No, it's right here. It's right here.
I scrolled through the last session, going, I have
Character
no
not
recollection
ready.
of this.
Yeah, I knew it. He don't even got a druid circle. Because I don't even got the thing. Forget it, Jacob. It's over. Do you have an Infernus stat block I can use for a character?
Yeah.
I got 2/3 of one.
Steal that. That's what I have. But I
Just
don't
like his
have the
right
other
leg,
one.
his left
got-
arm.
I have a reconstructed one based on what I remember of the character, but I think that's all you
fine.
need, right?
That's all I need. I need something that'll get me 80% of the way there. This
Who the
guy.
hell?
Yeah. It's -1. Yes, no.
Don't use the spear!
I won't use this beer, it's fine. Okay. You venture out into Hollow Hills. Dryad and the others are attempting a number of things.
That was violence on the brain.
But is having some trouble. Robin
She wants to
is
see it.
sniffing
And
the
I'll
air,
like-
smelling things, scoping things out. Crunkmeyer just has a broom as a quarterstaff and is kind of looking around like he's not exactly sure what to do. It's a bit of an eerie ambience as the wind whistles and blows around you. The grass is almost up to your knees, but is a pale, sickly green, as we have discussed. And as you travel further into the wild, you can't help but feel like you're being watched. And Darius says, "Perhaps we shouldn't venture too far. This is unknown territory, after all.
Well, are we looking for anything specific or just scouting out?
Signs of life. The ability
Maybe
to
we want to go far then.
grow things. Perhaps. I just feel unsettled, as if the land itself doesn't want us here. It's not a good sign. Maybe if I were able to do something." And she attempts to get some of the grass to be a little bit greener. Can you produce water, Blobbletop?
Yeah, spells. Yeah, it's command gear wins text with heal. Influx to it's prayer for silence. Create food and water. Does that count?
Yeah. Create only water, please. Is that working?
He has create food and water, but minus the food.
Minus the
Create milk.
He can do 30 gallons.
Okay.
Whoa!
Great.
Holy shit!
With 30 gallons of water, you cover the surrounding area, and Dryad begins attempt to cultivate and flow through. Infernus probably just wants to set things on fire, which he shouldn't do in this instance. Oh, he has create or destroy water, so he can do that too. Boom.
Is that cheaper than a third level spell?
It's a first level spell.
Oh yeah, to get rid of mine then.
You're like, I can do this, and Infernus is like,
Suck
that's
it back up.
terrible. Don't do that. And he does his. He can only
I throw down like the cleanest drinking water you've ever
He
seen.
can only do 10 gallons though. He can't do a full 30. It's 10 gallons per spell slot apparently. But he can also cast plant growth. So through the combined efforts of some of the druids, you guys begin to create quite literally greener pastures. And so eventually you have a little swath, vines begin to grow, all of a sudden trees spring up, you form a small lake. Oh gosh, it's the wrong thing. You form a little lake, the grass begins to grow outwards and extend, and a new life is breathed into the area. And then all of a sudden, with that effort, the water just evaporates, not into a steam, but into a vapor. And the green grass around you withers and its condition worsens until it becomes nothing but a pile of ash, which again is swept away into the wind. And
Right.
Robin goes, "Ooh, how concerning."
Relatable,
Compare what he
relatable.
wanted to do.
Oof. Now let him cook, actually.
Crunkmeyer says, I can do this. And then he sets up a bunch of vines to entangle the ground, and they kind of spring out, and then they wither and die. And he goes, "Oh, yeah. Okay, I don't think I can help anymore. This is
And
most
furnish start a
unusual.
fire.
It's almost as if this land is struck by a foul curse." And
I'm gonna roll. Oh God, I'm bad at that. I'm gonna roll Arcana.
Okay, go ahead.
See if there's anything popping out at me.
Yeah.
I'm not good at this stuff.
Yeah.
Are you able to roll
12.
nature? Is that? Are you good at that?
No,
Nice. What do
I
you
got 12.
got? 12. All right. You're not sure if it's purely magical. Whatever is up with this land, it's wrong on a very primal level, not one that seems to be arcane in any way. Or perhaps it may even be something else. Something
No.
more immediately opposed to you. Roll initiative.
Ah!
Alright, Vesper's gonna be orange, and Dry is gonna be green and blue, and Robin's gonna be green and white.
Vesper.
Okay, well, I'm trying here. What do I got? Did I roll everybody I need to? Okay. Infernus. It's because it's Jacob's guy. Alright, Infernus got 17 plus a billion or something. Yeah, plus
Sorta.
3. He's got a dirty 20. Dry, yeah, he is sorta. It's been a trip. Dry is Dex is a 10. What'd you get on initiative?
6.
Great. Oh yes, I gotta roll for the funny guy. He's
Funny.
gonna be silver and gold. Silver and gold, silver and gold. He rolled over a 20.
It's too bad that guy died.
Funny guy. I'm gonna kill Blabbletop. What's your AC?
This gorilla,
20?
he can do it.
I'm gonna kill him. Alright, I got you with 1. You get smacked on the back and you almost fall over. You take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my God.
Well, going to sleep at night.
Alright. Well,
Oh.
you don't know what the heck just hit you.
Yeah.
And it's Infernus's turn. Then you get slapped.
Was that force damage?
No, it was bludgeoning, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at what we got here. What does this do? Each object. That's not useful. This is useful. Kind of. Really. This is rough. What am I supposed to do against this? What am I supposed to do? This is horrible. All of my options are horrible. Alright, hold on, I need music. I can't do it anymore. I'll just pull up
Until I've got Skyrim up in the background,
Wait,
and there's like
I got
eerie
this, I got
ship
this.
noises happening.
yeah.
Ah.
That was so this music sucks.
Holy shit.
That's
What was that?
I need what do I need? Isn't this music kind of... Yeah, this one's fun. Alright, this is horrible.
That's some like Half-Life music.
What do I even do?
Just because there's a synth in there, it's Half-Life music.
Yeah, that is
Pretty much entirely.
Presumably it works. Burning hand, is that AoE? That is. It is AoE.
Oh, burning finger!
I don't know what just happened. I'm not casting burning finger. Shut up. No more casting references.
That was the first one.
You know what I'm
Dude.
casting? Casting
Dude, it's the last
bark
one.
Skin.
We're Gundam Braid, leave us
Brian
alone!
casts bark skin. Crunkmeyer casts bark skin. Robin stances up.
Cast
And
Sparks it.
That's it.
Yo, if you're not in the bark skin squad, are you really a druid?
Is it my turn?
Somebody gang of druids and they all
Wait a
turn
minute,
into
you
wolves.
rolled a 6. Yeah, it is your turn.
Haha.
Bark skin.
I don't have this spell. I'm gonna healing hands myself.
What a hero.
Lame.
Get my 8 hit points back.
Lame.
And then what was that? An action? Oh, can I like see if there's anything around? Perception check.
Go ahead.
25.
Okay, I'm gonna read some crap.
Imagine
See
surviving.
anything.
No, my 25.
There's nothing but the whistling wind around you. The plains are empty. And guess what? Oh wait, I already rolled and I needed to see if it hits. It does hit. And Furnace gets hit and it's gonna take something damage. What's my 20 number?
That count as a ranged attack?
What are you trying to do?
Oh, arrow catching shield it?
No! You're getting bludgeoned to death.
By what?
Yeah, exactly.
Me.
John knows what it is. He used these. These are one of my favorite guys. I've had these guys on the docket for so long. They're the worst. The worst thing to fight ever.
Didn't we fight one already?
No, I don't think so. Actually, maybe.
The only thing you can do is you gotta start peeing in a circle around you. It's the only way.
Yeah. Anyway, alright. The other one didn't hit. I don't think so. That's it. Your perception was a 25, right?
Yeah.
The only way that you can identify your attacker is by listening to the flow of the wind. Sometimes the wind hits the back of your neck in a direction contrary to where it was blowing prior. Whatever enemy you're fighting is within the wind. You cannot see him. You can only hear him move through the wind itself. You have a vague idea of where he is from your perception. He just circled in Furnace and should be somewhere between you and Robin. Any attack roll you attempt to make against him will have disadvantage. Drya doesn't know what's going on. Doesn't even know if that'll work. No, I can't do anything. Because Druidcraft. Yeah, actually, Drya's gonna silence the wind. So Drya's gonna cast Druidcraft to cease the flowing of the wind in the area around you, unveiling the whispering wind of your unseen enemy, making it more likely for you to be able to perceive the sounds that he is making.
Unseen enemy.
Lava
Dun,
Cup,
dun,
you're up.
dun, dun.
You can do whatever.
So I can kind of see where it is?
You can see, you can hear, which means you have disadvantage on any attack roll you make.
If you can see, you can hear. If you can hear,
No, the creature's attack rolls have advantage. You guys are so good.
you can
Alright,
see.
unless I saw it was somewhere between me and who?
You and Robin.
And if you can see,
Alright, I'm gonna... Oh, I'll just chuck a Sacred Flame. But
either
not
team.
towards Robin, if I can.
Alright. Does Sacred Flame require you to target something, though?
He's pretty much a bear. Just blow him up.
Creature I can see... Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
See within range.
Okay.
Alright, I can't,
Oh,
can't see it then.
man.
Let's see.
Yo.
Oh, wait, hold on. Imagine.
So hype.
Imagine. Well, just cast Crab Killer or whatever.
Oh yeah, Ultra Fish Kill.
It's got a 15 meter distance and a area of effect. Like, it's perfect for this.
Perfect for this. You're only allowed
Like a
to
fish
use
kill,
that-
kill all my friends.
You're only allowed to use that if you're like submerged in water. So, if you tell Infernus to create water for you so you can get supercharged water powers, I will let you use Mega Fish Kill.
I can make water.
You could make water. You just
It's
gotta
two
burn
separate
low for your
turns.
Spell slot, yeah. Solar thick energy.
I mean, I'll try it inflict wounds.
Alright.
I'll just try and swipe my. What do I even have a mace? Still, what do I even have? Yeah, I still have a mace.
Yeah.
Swipe my mace in the air a little bit, trying to hit it. 23 to hit. But disadvantage though, right?
Oh yeah.
Roll it again. 23 to hit.
Nice.
Uh, 24 necrotic damage.
Well done. The creature shrieks, but almost in a hoarse whisper. Robin is immediately alerted to its presence and goes, pulls out his axe and goes for it. This is gonna be interesting. That one's gonna hit. And that one's gonna hit. 2 hits at disadvantage. Kablama. Light it up. I rolled a 2 and a 4 on the d12s. Kill me. That's 3 damage and 6 damage. It's horrible. No, it's
Get
3
with
damage
it.
and 4 damage. This is stupid. Damage resistance are dumb. Who invented those? Alright, Crunkmeyer also now knows that there's a thing. And you know, I'm gonna hit him with a shillelagh, you know what I'm saying? Kablamo!
I actually have no clue what that meant.
I actually hit, even with disadvantage.
It's a druid spell that makes a
Shillelagh?
wooden weapon magical and hit harder.
Shillelagh Kabame?
Shillelagh. Shillelagh.
Wait, that's real?
It's a real spell.
Israel.
Yeah, I think that just worked.
Palestine.
Damn.
Let's see, I just did 10 damage, which becomes.
He's in his own world.
I'm sorry,
enjoying
I'm
himself.
counting. I used shillelagh. I
Having a
didn't
good
get to
time.
use shillelagh. Alright,
Wait, yeah.
done using shillelagh.
I'm so cute.
Now we're back to the funny guy. And the funny guy is gonna keep going in circles.
Yeah, they should make a live action Gundam with Vin Diesel piloting a Dom. Think of how funny that would be.
It's about family.
Pilots his Dom directly.
I'm getting overwhelmed.
There's way too much going on. Alright.
I had the music too loud. Trevor's doing like 80 numbers. They're talking about the Gundam.
It's about drive. It's about power.
It's about
So
drive,
true.
it's about power. Condition immunities can't be grappled. But, you know, Drya doesn't know that. I cast Entangle. It doesn't work. Moving.
It's got rubber joints.
Drya attempts to spring up vines around Infernus, saying he was just attacked, but the wispy wind blows right through it, ignoring all of the vines.
That's a Banjo-Kazooie area.
Back into the cold, sticky-looking grass. Falafel toe.
Do I know where it is?
Not quite. Well, let's see. You've been using your ears. There's no wind. Your perception was 25. It should be actually in the same spot it was last time between you and Robin. It's circling you guys like you're prey.
I'm gonna do it again.
Look who is again. Good luck.
I keep forgetting I can right click to roll disadvantage. 18.
Alright, I
3rd level. Oh, 32.
This is crazy. It's really good. You're carrying this one. Alright, another 3, which yet again alerts Robin to go. Well, that one doesn't hit. Definitely does. Give me more than a 3. You rolled 6 plus 4, 5 damage. Or no, don't I have more of a plus? No, 5 damage. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. It's fine. Crunkmeyer, Shillelagh. He rolled a 2. We're moving. Invisible funny guy. Back at it again.
I should add that to my
He
campaign.
is just wailing on him first because no freaking reason. I think both of those hit. Say +7, plus 6. Leaves me to 15, which is not regularly sequel. One of those attacks hit again. It's 7 plus 10 damage to So on his turn, he's gonna go. And he's gonna cast Cure Wounds on himself. Probably just at the 3rd level because. Kablamo! 15 plus 21 plus 5 is 26. That's better. I'll make up for most of the damage I've taken. Oh yeah, I'm gonna roll. Great.
There's the backpack.
Okay. The Dryad. Dryad's gonna have to roll a perception check. Nope, she has no idea where it is. No clue. He's just gonna keep casting Druid Trap to stop the wind. Okay. Welcome to
All right. Do I still know where it is?
It has not broken its pattern. It is between you and Robin.
All right.
I don't know why.
Dang, Trevor can be making break right now, making bank right now if he moved the creature.
I have been rolling
I got 20.
to determine what he does. He's done the same thing every time.
We've introduced microtransactions into the game.
Be gone. Thought. It's 39.
Great, I'll kill them. It's dead. It screams out.
And that's unfortunate.
All right.
Could have made $1.
Infernus goes, why did he just do the same thing over and over again? I lost so much. So many of my bones broken.
Is he good now or is he still...
No, he's back to full health.
Okay.
He goes, I burned a 3rd level spell slot to do that. This is horrible. This place is awful.
I burned 2 3-level and a 4th level inflict wounds.
Well, you killed the hell out. So
What was it?
I don't know.
Say that again.
Did it leave like a body or anything?
Dry looks around. Robin smells around.
Yeah, well, John, if you pay $1,
Feeling on the ground like Velma looking for her glasses.
Roll in nature.
you can just pay $1 and you'll find it instantly.
Dry.
I'm not paying your microtransactions.
You wanna know who
Hey, you're not
rolled the
paying me, you're
highest
paying
on the
Trevor.
Nature check. It's Crunkmeyer. Crunkmeyer.
I'll roll
speaks up.
nature.
Oh, go ahead, roll nature.
Never mind.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Everybody rolled below a 10 except Crunkmeyer. So Crunkmeyer speaks up and goes, I see what's happened here. We're on a section of the Feywild that is deeply intertwined with the elemental plane of air. That was an Oran creature of some kind guarding these planes, hence the intense winds and the lack of otherwise biological growth seen elsewhere.
I want to see this guy at the bottom of a ravine.
They're all just staring at Crunkmeyer.
Was that the only one?
I don't know. He looks around.
Hey, don't we know someone that's like in the air?
Into air?
Yeah, what does that mean?
What do you mean by that?
Well, one of our guys, he does air stuff.
What does?
Oh!
Zildjian?
No, Zephyr.
Zul'jin's pretty good, actually.
He serves a storm god. I don't know if that's what you mean.
He's into air.
What does into air mean?
Oh, maybe he'll know something about this.
We can certainly ask. So what to do with this place?
There's so many words in the English language.
And those are the 2 that you chose.
You chose those.
All right. Well, this was fun. Let's head back. And the Krugmire just begins walking. Furnace follows. Robin just looks at Bobbletop and Dry and shrugs. You guys headed back?
Yeah.
Okay. It's from the field. The Hallow Hills have hallow in them. All right. Our last little group. Our training boys. It's time.
Oh boy!
You guys
Sure
get
has
to
been a long day, huh?
No, this.
This voice is public domain now.
No.
He's so true. He's actually so right about that.
It's actually not. He doesn't
Uh,
talk in Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
that ass smack is a way of language.
What?
He smacks his button, Steamboat Willie.
Okay.
You ever heard? It's like nice.
Can't I just have a normal D&D group?
This
No.
is
No.
normal.
Can't I just have an above average normal D&D group?
You're asking
Hey,
too much there, bud.
We've had a campaign going for like 2 years. That is above
That
average.
is above average. We've been out here putting in the work. All
It's
right.
infectious. And it's spreading.
Here's the deal. Vesper, you're a fast learner, right? You want to learn how to use a rifle?
Yeah,
And you want to teach other people how to use a rifle?
I'll do my best.
Make me an intelligence roll. Just a general intelligence roll.
Who's putting it on?
Oh, I got 7.
This thing's freaking complicated. You gotta separate the gunpowder from the bullet, but they're on the same thing, but it's so hard to feed into the chamber. And when Asian does it, it looks so easy, but it just won't go in. It seems like a bad design. Asian, what do you have to say on the matter? Is this a skill issue?
Or it ain't that difficult whatsoever. You see here, you put the thing on the thing, then you stick this in there,
Mm-hmm.
and you slam it down, and then all you gotta do is point it at the thing you don't want to move anymore, and then click, boom.
Did you just shoot? Or was that a demonstration, like without shooting? I need to know if a bullet was fired.
Just annihilate someone.
Bill Bog's gonna die.
Did you fire
Or
a
whatever his
bullet,
name
Brandon?
was. Mayhem.
Oh yeah.
Okay. This is what I've been waiting for. Bang! An echo rings throughout the entire camp.
Wait. Can I decide on the direction?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, zoom
Right
back
into
in.
Bill Bog's head.
Where are you shooting out to?
Zoom back in.
Yeah.
Approximately
Speaking aim.
northeast.
What?
Northeast.
Okay.
Top
yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
but at like a not 45, but like a 30 degrees, so slightly more north than
I
east.
got you.
The funniness of it.
All right. Echoes ring throughout the camp. Vesper, you look back and a bunch of heads by the tent just turn in complete fear. One of the scouting team, oh gosh, where's the guy? I have the people on patrol, like they're named. I gotta close all my 8 million tabs for that combat we just did. What is it? Background? I think it's probably in the background. North Camp Watch. Perfect. A man in Kunigreek Greek armor walks up to you. Vesper, with your perfect intellect, you recall that his name is Marcus Felix. You've spoken to him once 3 days ago. He runs up to you and he goes, "Sir, is everything all right? What happened?"
It sounded like you had some sort of noise cancellation that made that incomprehensible. Must be the Feywild magic.
Sir, and he salutes. He goes, "Is there a problem? Are we under attack?"
No, we're just testing our new weapons.
That's our new
Aye, Marcus, this was a demonstration, okay?
Ready,
Yes, sir.
soldier.
Should I inform the other men that we're to expect noises such as these?
Yeah.
For the next few days.
Very well. Oh, this is okay. All
His
right.
name is eerily close to the name of the main character in Gears of War.
Really?
Yeah, it's
One
Marcus
letter off.
Do
Phoenix.
you know how many of these names were randomly generated?
Phoenix
All.
is spelled like Felix, but with an N instead of an L.
In the future, comedy will be randomly generated.
Randomly
Weed
generated?
eater.
All right. A few minutes
Weed
pass
eater.
by. He begins reloading his chamber. And Vitrus comes out on his magic carpets. And he goes, "What on earth is going on out here?
His
I
Wolverine
came to
ability
investigate a
spear.
noise. I was pointed in your gentleman's direction. What is this wretched thing going on?"
Oh,
You haven't met
Lord
this guy yet, have
Vitru.
you, Thor? You've only heard about him?
I have no idea.
All right. I would imagine you've been told about this guy, that it's his farmland, and he's a pretty interesting fellow.
You must be the Lord of Dominion over here. Allow me to demonstrate.
Demonstrate what?
Hey.
Where are you pointing it?
Is there anything to shoot over here?
I imagine you would have set up
Is there
targets of some
anything to
kind
shoot?
at this point.
Yeah, why not?
So like bottles or barrels or something, or even like hay bales.
Nah, hay bales don't show the power.
Okay, cool.
Like a barrel.
Yeah.
Like an empty barrel, like an empty
Yeah. That works.
cask.
All
The
right.
decapitated heads of our enemies.
You shoot
Pretty much.
at an empty barrel north. And Vitrus looks at the contraption. And he puts his hands over his ears, floating on his magic carpet, and he goes, "What are the... that stick of wood did that?
Yeah, brother.
What is... how does one...
I'm not so versed in the magics behind this sort of thing,
But
but
it is magical, of course.
the
I don't think
Northerners
so.
say it's something along the lines of alchemies.
Alchemy. Oh, most interesting. He begins twiddling his fingers.
Oh, my God.
How exactly does it
Oh, man.
work?
I'll go through the steps of reloading again. Anything to shoot
Okay.
another round.
All right. Amazing.
We are very limited
You
in our
just-
ammo,
Yeah, you
please.
just start fire. I'm gonna write this down. You started with 300 times 12. Every time he shoots, you lose one. 300
Okay,
times 12,
300 times
3,600.
Oh, that's
So you're
so
at
many.
3,600, and now you're at 3,598, 3,597 with this shot.
But if he shoots twice in a row, it's an overflow error, and
So now,
Gain a
several
bullet.
of the men in your camp are disturbed. Marcus has been running around informing them that it's weapons that they're trying out and not to fear.
Well, actually, if I spam the reload button as I fire, it actually just cancels out the shot,
mm-hmm,
and I don't lose any ammo.
mm-hmm.
Really? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You're
read
about
that.
to you're about to lose your left leg.
Yeah, roll persuasion against the DM.
Alright.
Can I do
Easy.
that animation
Easy
cancel to
is
reload it in
3,000.
half the time as well?
I rolled a natural 20.
I don't care.
That's the biggest power play as a DM. I don't care.
Okay, so you describe the reloading process again. Vesper, watching it this second time, you realize you may have been taking the wrong approach. A lot of this is a sleight of hand thing. You may need to feel it out as opposed to trying to understand all the pieces of the equation and how they work. It may just be easier to just do it. If you'd like to attempt the process yourself without firing, you can do a sleight of hand check.
All right.
Vitrus would like to hold a rifle.
Is that a nat 20 or nat 1? That's a nat 1.
Brilliant. It is incomprehensible to you so far.
I'm trying to find the string that you're supposed to pull back to make.
Yeah, to make the chamber open so that you can put the bullet in.
No, because the string has to go forward to launch the projectile.
Of
Where's the
course.
string?
Where's the
I can't find.
This guy's
Like,
like
dude,
our smartest guy.
He has an intelligent. No, he's your wisest guy.
Yeah.
He's wiser than Blopplepup, I think, which is hilarious. But okay.
He's the most wisest guy out there.
I've been using crossbows for 45 years.
Is Beatrice allowed to hold a rifle?
He's gonna get all slimy.
He wants one real bad.
With one that's unloaded.
Okay. He begins studying it intricately,
Oh, they have the same wisdom.
and he goes, "This is a most peculiar device. What exactly? What is? Oh, I see. There's these little projectiles. This stick fires these little pellets."
Yes.
Interesting.
believe so. It makes a very loud noise when it does.
It must be generating an incredible amount of power then. Most curious. What could cause such a thing as this? What is this powder, this residue? And he's got his fingers on gunpowder, and he smells it.
Just for my sake, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this earlier. You said we have trouble with getting materials for the bullets.
The gunpowder is the big issue.
The gunpowder is the big issue.
The bullets
Gotcha.
aren't too bad. This rifle I've described is a weird hybrid between a rifle and a musket. It's not using full bullets. It has a special holding mechanism that's manufactured. That's the other part that's hard. That houses a gunpowder chamber with a dissolvable capsule that gets burned up with the gunpowder. It's basically like a paper capsule kind of thing. And then attached to the front is the actual ball. But they're loaded at the same time. So the idea is that you have this easy to pick up charge plus projectile that gets slotted into two places. When you slam them into the chamber, it splits the two. They go to their respective chambers. You snap it shut, and then you're good to go. And if you're fast, you can do that pretty quickly. You just have to have your bullets on hand, organized. And you have like special pockets for that and that sort of thing. A lot of it, it's really just knowing the procedure. It could be an easier process compared to literally what we have today, but like a competent man can load it quickly enough to get a shot off every 5 seconds.
Gotcha.
But you're like an expert. So it's like you shoot, unchamber, immediately pull a bullet, slam it down, split it, make sure it's in, lock the chamber, and then you're aiming at the 4th second, ready to fire on second number 5. So it's an extremely intense process.
The good news is that we got the materials to make the projectile. However,
Different accent every time.
dude, I'm trying.
He was supposed to be Finnish.
He's supposed to be Southern.
Oh,
He was always Southern. Well,
do a Finnish accent right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Speak the Finnish.
That's Swedish.
Yeah.
It's closer than Southern.
You'll never believe what's right next door. Let's see, Finnish accent. Let's hear this.
Finland.
Well, the problem is finding the powder. We've come across a couple, I assume, at least. We've found a couple barrels from the north. And that's our supply at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, I've come back from the studies. The Finnish accent sounds like somebody that will attack you on the street.
Okay. Good to
This
know.
guy sounds so creepy. He's like, I
not
duck,
that
I like
guy.
this. I
He
mean,
sounds Indian.
it looks like this.
It looks like what? Where are you putting this? What are you doing?
Bargale.
Oh. Okay. Got it?
Yeah, I don't like that.
He looks like he's gonna.
Now that looks like an AI generated image.
Can we put that on the stream so anybody who's watching can see this?
No, I don't want to dox this random guy.
He's got a YouTube channel.
This random Finnish guy.
Fine, I'll dox the random Finnish guy. Here he is. It's a random Finnish guy. Everybody clap. We're going to the YouTube. Here's the Finnish guy.
Okay, hi there. Here and there, trying to pronounce Finnish names or the Finnish language.
The Finnish language is trying to pronounce.
He changed his shirt.
Okay. All right. Anyway,
Aren't the hydraulic press? Isn't the hydraulic press guy Finnish?
I don't know. You're asking all these questions. We're supposed to
Artie
be
the
shooting
janitor from
guns.
Control and Alan Wake. He's Finnish.
Guns.
I just want to shoot the gun.
Where the frick is E6?
Can Beatrice have a bullet?
No.
No.
Yeah, sure.
Yay!
All right, kicked out of the farm.
Yeah, that's what happened. What do you mean I can't shoot a boomstick? All right.
You want to go at this?
I certainly do. After all, if this is happening on my premises, I'd like to make sure I understand exactly what's happening. These noises are most disturbing, but I'm intrigued.
I would very much like to help you with this process. However, you will not
I need the gunpla thing.
touch the trigger while you are loading this.
That makes sense.
I'm holding the gun and I'm covering the trigger as I hand it over to him.
Okay, all right. He's
And then I'll walk him through how to load it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm holding like I don't know. I assume there's like a the trigger thing or whatever.
I don't know.
I'm blocking that shit. He's not getting near it.
Yeah. He's picking up what you're putting down. He's got it. in a little bit he goes, oh, it's simple, the separation is just, and he slams it in and then closes the chamber and goes, so this is ready now.
Yeah. So what you're gonna want to do is not point this anywhere near anybody who's alive.
I see.
Because the second you touch that trigger, they will not be alive.
Ooh, most exciting.
I'm gonna step behind them.
Yes. And he goes, I have the perfect thing for this. And he summons one of his guys. What do you know? I think they were like shield guardians, I'm pretty sure.
That's what I thought.
Summons one of his big dudes. Yeah, but okay, he's not that big. Like this big. Come on. Yeah. Summons one of his guys and goes, look for the back standard. Yes, that'll work. Now, how do I look down this to make sure I'm putting it in the right direction? Like this. And then he's holding it like to his chest, but it's not shouldered properly. He's not bracing where he needs to brace.
How bad's the kick on these things?
Pretty severe.
Yeah, something like that.
Let him die. Let him die.
This will end so well.
It's the head.
Okay. I gotta pull up this stat block. I gotta pull up another stat block into 77th stat block for the 77th tab. I need like 8
Yes.
monitors for D&D and a little D&D secretary that I can just go, Google, pull up this page, and it goes, and then it pulls up.
Temporary.
Where is it? That's the rifleman stat block because I just need the
Secretary.
rifle damage. Okay, excellent.
I
You
can
don't
get
have
the 8
any damage
monitors.
resistances, right? Nope. Great. Okay. All right. He shoulders it not quite right. He's got a big old stomach and big old chest region.
Boobs.
And and the rifle is settled there on his carpets.
Breasts even.
He lines it up. He
No,
takes
no,
a
bitches,
shot.
no. Fat has more nerve takes no.
And boom.
It's going to
Digs
hurt.
into his chest. He goes, he flies back a little bit. His carpets catch him, and you see the bullet bounce off the dirt. Doesn't even hit the guardian. And he goes, well, that has a little bit of a kick to it. It's fighting back.
Yeah.
How am I to? Maybe I should. And then he instinctively realizes he should probably shoulder it like this, and now he's shouldering it more properly. He goes, I think I broke a rib or something.
Yeah. If you use one of your eyes to follow down the barrel, you'll see there's a little dingly thing, and that's what you want to line up.
Oh, I see this. Got a bullet here. And he slams it in and goes, let's try this. Bam! Into the dirt again. This is, well, that hurt significantly less, but this is quite difficult. Actually, one moment, this is probably. And then he digs, like, you're not sure if it's in between the fat rolls. Part of you doesn't want to know, but somewhere out comes a healing potion, and he drains that, and then just throws it on the ground, and goes, let me try this again. And he grabs another bullet.
Now, sir, if this may not be what you want to hear, however, we are quite limited on the materials when it comes to these, and it'd be privy to use as much as we can for training purposes.
Yes. One last shot.
But of course,
Yes. I think I've got it now.
He can.
can I help him aim?
Hold on. Brendan, I just need you to know I've rolled a 2, and a 1.
He's kind of
God.
narcy at these.
Kill issue.
Could you provide me advantage, please?
Yes.
You teach him how to line up the sights better. I get to reroll. I rolled a 7.
Yeah?
Incomprehensible, thank you.
Pretty much.
The AC is 17. I haven't hit it once. Alright. The bullet fires. It grazes the metal. Goes right off of his shoulder. And we just go, look. Well, I got him, but it didn't do anything. I don't know. I thought these things are more promising. I don't see the point of them, but I suppose if you think they'll help you, it's very well. But they're very noisy. Don't do this in the evenings, obviously.
Of course, sir. Of course.
Best of luck, I suppose. Alright. Vitris is gonna make his way. Where's Malachi at this point? Asleep.
Chilling.
Okay. Chilling. Like in your room?
Nice.
Where's my wife at?
She
Oh, true.
probably just came back and told you about the thing.
Big
And
question.
you probably caught her up about the Naiad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna be a crazy conversation. She's gonna want to go like immediately. As you wrap up that conversation, there's a knock at your door.
Who is it?
Well, it's me, it's Dumbledore.
Oh,
come
yeah,
in.
yes, just give me one moment.
No.
Any like sensitive documents or so I was probably going through. I'm just gonna like put them away and
Yeah.
just then go meet him.
Yeah. Alright, you open the door and he says, "My good sir, Mr. Malachi, how are you doing today?"
I'm doing quite well, thank you, sir. And you?
Most interesting. I presume you've heard the noises from outdoors.
Yes, the noises, yes.
The gunshots.
No, yes, I know.
Most interesting. Were you aware of these weapons? I presume they are.
I am.
Know you much about them or what they're called?
I don't know terribly much, but I believe they're called rifles. We encountered one or two of them on our travels.
I'm having trouble understanding exactly what their special purpose is. They seem much more difficult to use than a bow, and I had tested them on some of my protectors here, and they didn't seem very highly effective. But a most curious device, to say the least. Very powerful, though I'm just not sure how to rein it in.
Yes, I agree. They are perhaps not best suited for fully armored. Well, I suppose experimentation could find ways to make them a bit more.
I find it very difficult, you see. I've used some crossbows back in the day, and of course it's very easy to see whether or not you've hit someone. With this, it's a tiny little ball, and I can scarcely believe that it's even leaving the apparatus, but apparently so. I managed to graze my guardian and saw a little splatter of metal, but this... my other
Yes,
sword, I believe, went into the dirt.
If you wanted to do some more research on, perhaps I could let you take a look at one of them and see how it works.
I was thinking about it. It is most curious. As a
Yes,
designer and amateur artificer myself, I am intrigued by this.
Absolutely. I truly do support all of your tinkering and inventing. I am a beneficiary of much of that. But speaking about that, your guardians.
Yes.
Interesting feats of mechanism and magic. It just kind of, I suppose, makes me wonder.
Yes.
To create the armor, and so you must have used quite the impressive forge.
Well, you've got me. You see, my boy, my realm extends far beyond what you've seen. I have my own secret workshop, but of course they're for my eyes only.
Yes. For your eyes only. I wouldn't presume to use it ourselves. But we were contemplating, and I know that this is your area of expertise. We were contemplating creating some magical. It doesn't always have to be weaponry, but as you know, what we are facing on the material plane, we are looking to sort of come up with our own sort of defenses as well. And so, would you be able to point me in the direction, help us out a little bit in how we could create a forge ourselves?
Well, I'm afraid that's very impractical. The resources needed to create a forge of such caliber are far outside of your ability. It would be much easier for you to use mine. And
Oh.
that may be arranged, possibly.
I couldn't possibly imagine how generous you are.
Well, of course, the archives are mine for the taking now. I'll say this. I'll give you a tour of my forge once we can secure passage for me to enter the archives at my leisure.
Well, when you say they're yours for the taking, what exactly do you mean?
No, for the perusing.
Oh, for the perusing. I believe that can be
We'll
arranged.
be taking a high quantity of notes.
Yes, definitely notes. It's just, with the protections that are on it,
Oh, yes. It would probably be a very complicated thing, although I'm sure it could be overcome in one way or another.
Sure, but
then
there are
again,
some things
no, I agree, some things should stay
I
where they are.
agree. Yes.
I do. Yes.
Fantastic. Absolutely. This is wonderful news. I
Yes.
would love to peruse your. Of course, I feel like you've been so generous to us already, but I assure you that at the end of all of this, we will do all that we can to truly repay you as best as we can. And you know that we have been nothing if not faithful to our promises thus far.
That you have. Roll persuasion.
Oh.
So true.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
27.
Speak to that.
Woo!
Jesus.
27.
Yes.
Should do that more
Precisely.
often.
I would just like one thing from you, and I will give you a tour of my forge. I would like to see these archives with my own eyes.
I believe that can be arranged.
Perfect. We'll work out the logistics. We'll talk tomorrow. It's been a long day. And we'll get those details resolved. And in the meantime, if you could get me one of those funny boomsticks, that would be most excellent.
Question. I've been hanging around this guy for a while.
Yeah.
How much HP do I think he has?
What?
Just theoretically.
He's asking if his neck is exposed. It's the neck exposed all over again.
Hey, Roger was a very close travel companion of mine.
Is his neck exposed?
No. Yeah.
I just asked a question.
What do you?
I
What do you
just needed to
mean
know
by
the
how much
information.
HP do you
Like,
think he has?
Just essentially, I'm not specifically trying to do anything. I'm trying to assess, like, how easy is he to take down?
I'm not trying to do anything. I just want to know how easy he is to kill.
I'm not looking for a number, but hypothetically, if his constitution modifier was on a scale of, I don't know, 1 to 5.
Oh, no.
No, I mean, this is the sort of thing that I do. I do size people up, and
he's not healthy. I'm just looking at him, but he is healthy. You know what I'm saying?
He's got gamer vision.
I do know he has
He's a health bar.
defenses. I know he has solid defenses, and he's a powerful magician. It's just worth, there's just the dark part of my mind that goes there.
Bahamut disapproves.
Bahamut don't know nothing about this. I'm just thinking.
You see the top
Yeah.
left corner of your vision, Bahamut disliked that.
That's
Yeah.
exactly. Bahamut will remember this. About their names.
Bahamut wants me to be
Like, piss off.
I would not choose good if I didn't have the occasional evil thought.
Bad thought, yeah.
So Bahamut can
Come
relax
up
for
with a funny fat character with a voice that you don't like, and all of a sudden he's gotta die.
Pretty much, honestly.
Well, I mean, it's just
Very,
like
no, we've
he's
known
hoarding
this
a
for
lot of
quite some
resources
time.
here that we really could use, and we're
Yeah,
working with him pretty
That's
nicely.
the only reason we're trying to kill him.
This guy's just
Literally.
take and take. I mean,
The only reason we're trying to kill him is he's got a funny voice.
He's been
Right.
pretty good to y'all.
We don't want to use his forge. We don't want his crops. We don't want his mechanisms. None of that.
Yeah, we want to eat him.
we don't want all the bread that he's hoarding.
We just
That's his bread he earned.
Feed us for years.
we just think that he's scrumdiddlyumptious. Okay.
It can
Yeah.
feed him for like a year, but it can feed our entire army for a year.
Just wait till you see. Wait till you see the vaults of bread.
I mean, you see the other
I
things
just
he's
have
been hoarding.
pockets into the astral plane of just bread. You don't understand. I have bread beyond your comprehension. Every type of
You've
bread.
been
you
doing
can
nothing but
dream,
teleporting
I
bread for the
have
last
in my
15 years.
Stockpiles. I have demi-planes filled with bread.
Yes.
Filled.
Is this him threatening us or you
No,
threatening
this
us?
is me.
I'm a little scared now.
This is Vitrus's dark thoughts. If Malachi gets to have dark thoughts, then Vitrus gets to have dark thoughts. And his dark thoughts are, I
One
am
of
the
these is an
bread.
NPC.
Huh?
This is an NPC.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. With this information, I will. Can you give me an approximation of what time you think it is?
That's probably like 5 p.m.
5 p.m. So like the army's winding down.
Yep.
So that is something that I think I would do around like dinner/supper time when everybody's kind of like eating and the bards are performing and stuff. I will spend time like
Mingling.
with the men around then and kind of like
You.
catch up with them.
You listening to your brother.
I would have done that anyway.
Yeah,
Fine.
but
No.
now Malik gets to hold it over you. Because he's going to be like, see, it's just like what we talked about. And you're going to say that, and he's not going to believe you.
I mean, as an older brother, I get to do this anyway.
Yeah,
And be like, I would have done it anyway.
you do. That's how it works.
Listen, maybe we just sidle up to the Raven and be like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on that, Dumbledore? Yeah,
You know,
What are your
imagine
thoughts on the big man on campus?
imagine telling him how much bread is in it. Or is that racist?
What? Because he's a bird, he wants bread?
That's racist.
Dude, he like eats people.
Yeah, but has he had bread though?
I don't know. That's a good question. Has the Raven had bread? Because if not, maybe he's
Exactly.
really missing out.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so true. Oh, you didn't get to meet
Is it-
Osgath and Shalom. No, that's fine. They're
Shalom?
Chakra. It's what his
Isn't
name
bread
came
like
out.
bad for
And
birds?
peace be with you as well.
I mean, it's not. Is it spelled the same way? Maybe it is. Shalom.
No, I think it's with an A.
Oh yeah, it is with an A. It's a less common, yeah. Shalom. I don't know. It's the name they gave me. It's just random name generation.
All right, we get it. You're racially insensitive.
That was quite the power play
This
there.
guy's named after City in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, so we thought talking about bread in front of birds was racist. This is
All right,
This
the
is
recording's
just another
over.
level.
You're all fired. I'm canceling you like you canceled Perry P. Winifred.
Actually, we're in the right.
That only works if I care.
And just like that D20, I don't care. All right, we're ending it there. We have a nice, healthy to-do list. We got a lot of work done. It was good work. Thank you, everyone, for putting in the 9 to 5 work shift thing.
Hey, just to
Yeah.
confirm,
Mhm.
so Osnick did go
Yeah.
with that list,
Yeah.
that like message.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I have everything that we didn't do that's on the docket written down in the session notes. And I will organize it now. But for now, the recording is over.